You know what we gonna do?
What the fuck are you talking about, gun? What are you talking about?
Is available by shuttle to Grand Central.
Shut your candy ass up. You can't stop me.
Authority bus terminal.
Come on. Nigga, f y'all niggas. You niggas think shit is a game, huh? They got some f***ing joke?
Ain't no fighting scenes like Man of Steel, bro. I ain't see it yet.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Right now, y'all in Shaolin right now. This the home of my projects right here, you know? Where you see it's all of us, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The minority working hard. This motherfucking homegirl right there, you know what I'm saying? Get me all types of shit for free. What? Get all that good shit. You know what I'm saying? We rock ladies out here.
What's going on, you bitch ass niggas? You bitch ass bitches. And you real ass niggas and you real ass bitches. What's going on with y'all? How y'all doing? It's cracking the 80s. We back, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Out here in these streets, cuz.
We out
busting
here.
ratchets, selling crack, you know what I mean? Banging bitches, no rubbers. You know what I'm saying? Real good shit, you know what I mean?
We wildin' out, son. We
Wilding
wildin' out.
son. Word, son.
Yo, the nigga bit off Nas shit, man.
Word, son. Nigga had, you know what I'm saying? I'm covered with the fro and all that. Then he come through with the, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking baby picture and his shit, you know what I'm saying?
Podcast, nigga.
Podcast, nigga.
Crack.
AKA.
Go ahead, you got it.
You know what I mean? That, you know what I'm saying? Niggas take your shit, you know what I'm saying? And flip that shit, make it their own shit, you know what I'm saying? Before you can even prosper with your shit, you know what I mean? Podcast.
Podcast. Shout out to the Woo, man. Fuck. Still mad I ain't able to watch that goddamn show. I've been trying. I've been trying. God damn, I've been trying.
Man. You bugging, son. You bugging, son.
I've been trying, man. The new season about to end now, huh? Like it's coming to the end.
Yeah, like 4 episodes left.
Okay.
Like 4 episodes left, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we definitely getting to the point where a lot of the shows that we watch are coming to a close. Your Honor is coming to a close. You know what I'm saying? It's The Last of Us is almost on their last episode. They on like episode 9, 10 coming up soon. But welcome back to the show.
There's 1 episode left for Last of Us. This is it. This Sunday. Oh,
no, they got 2 more. This is episode 9 coming up.
Yeah, it's clip.
They got 10 episodes, ain't it?
Nah, it's not. It's the season finale.
Oh, this is the season finale. Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at God.
Well, look at God. And look at us, motherfuckers. We back.
Yatch.
What's up, motherfuckers? We back. We back. We back, y'all. Episode 51 of Crack in the 80s. Hello, hey. 1 week away from the 1 year mark. Holy
the 1
cow.
year. The 1 year. The 1 year.
The 1 year.
The 1 year. You know what I mean?
Facts, bro. That's crazy. 1 year.
Niggas been pushing this purple top shit. Niggas been pushing this purple top shit for a whole year, son. You know what I mean? Niggas eating good. You know what I'm saying?
Pushing P.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, them niggas was killing it with the purple top, son.
Word, son.
Nah, that's a fact. That's a fact, beloved. Welcome back to the show, everybody, man. What's up?
Yo, I'm sorry to go off topic, but there was a skit on Cuban Links, right? And the nigga was like, yo, son, the big head nigga over there on the block, you know what I mean? I know he ain't with your group and all that. He was like, how the nigga look? He's like, I don't know, light-skinned big head nigga. He's like, he ain't got no fiends, though. He said, so that nigga over there with 4 fiends right now.
Nah, that skit was fucking funny as
Yo, that's a classic fucking skit.
I was just bumping that album, son.
Oh, man. Only built for Cuban Links. What a
Nigga
time.
Ghostface said, yo, that nigga ain't got no fiends, though. He said, nigga, that nigga
no
over there with
fiends,
5.
though.
That nigga over there right now with 5 fiends right now, son. Word.
Yo, think about that, though. Back in the day.
And the nigga shot Ghostface. That shit was mad funny.
Think about that, though. Niggas was competing for fiends back in the day, bro. For real,
Word.
for real. Like,
For real.
Competing for a whole month.
They was pushing this podcast.
Word, niggas was pushing the pod, bro.
They was pushing the pod, you know what I mean?
Crazy, bro. Niggas was competing for fiends. Holy cow. At least we ain't got to compete for fiends. We know y'all ain't fiend, but if y'all fiending for this podcast,
we got the purple top. Ain't no competition because we got the purple tops. You know what I mean? Anybody that want to step up to the motherfucking plate and try to take niggas' food and all that, yeah, they're gonna get answered with shells and shit. You know what I mean? Because we about that. You know what I'm saying? It's cracking the motherfucker. It's our shit, nigga. We only niggas selling crack now, nigga. We the
You
only
gotta,
niggas doing it.
you gotta open your arms up like this nigga Ice Cube and the Boys in the Hood when we got a problem when they was on
Word.
Crenshaw.
Yeah.
When he flashed the strap, like,
Uh-huh.
what up? You
What
got a
up?
problem? Oh man. Shout out to
We
y'all,
only
man.
niggas
Y'all
out here, man.
fiends, y'all the crack rock La Familia, and we appreciate y'all, man. We supplying y'all with this crack every week, man. Every fucking week. All these purple tops, man. Every week.
Every week, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck going on.
Every week, son. Every week. Shout out to y'all, man. If it's your first time listening to this show, if you just discovered it, you know what I mean? If you just stumbled upon it, we might get a couple of new listeners, you know what I mean? Shout out to my producer fam on Twitter. I've been killing it on Twitter recently, y'all. We're going to talk about that afterward. But if y'all new around here, hey, motherfuckers, hey. Welcome to the show. This is Cracking the 80s. We appreciate you being here. If this is your last time, if you got upset at anything we said last week and you turned this shit on right now just to hate and you ain't gonna listen no more, Mars, please kick these niggas off the train, man.
Hey, get the fuck out of here, my nigga, for niggas run up on your shit. You know what I mean? Fuck all y'all niggas up. Y'all niggas is bugging. Niggas taking my man style and all that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas taking my flow and all that shit. Nah, nigga.
Fuck out of it.
Word.
But everybody else that wants to stay around.
And the nigga bit off Nas shit.
Yo. Oh, man.
Classic hip-hop skits, bro. Shark Biters. If y'all haven't heard the Only Built for Cuban Links album, bro. Rain Ghost.
If y'all niggas ain't listen to that album, y'all niggas don't like rap. I'm gonna just say it like that. There's a good, like, 3 albums that, like, I feel like if you don't know these albums by heart, or not by heart, but you know some shit off the album, you don't really like rap. And that's The Bible Illmatic, Only Built,
Woo Forever,
Life After Death, or Ready to Die, either one. And last but not least,
Get Rich or Die Trying.
Get Rich or Die Trying.
I'm gonna just tell you like this, straight up. If you ain't heard them albums, like my nigga Joe Biden said, you ain't black.
You ain't black.
You ain't black.
You ain't black, nigga.
You ain't black. Joe told you niggas. Joe done told you niggas, man.
Oh shit, my nigga.
Well, we got another great episode for the people this week, fellas, man. How you niggas is doing, man? We back. Episode 51, man. How y'all niggas is doing, man? How you doing, Mars? We back. Mars is here. You know what I mean? Mars is here. I'm here. I'm him. 5-2 is here. Drugs is here. What you would do for drugs? You think you got everything. What's up, fellas? How y'all niggas is doing, man?
Gucci, man. Chilling, man. You know what I mean?
School up.
March 9th passed the other day, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, nigga was listening to Biggie all motherfucking past 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
You know it, man.
Word.
Motherfucking Biggie. R.I.P. to the GOAT.
The GOAT, the only GOAT.
The first GOAT.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? The first and only. Biggie was the rapper, bro, when being a GOAT meant something. You know what I'm saying? Like, where your ability made you the GOAT. Not everything else that you might have did and your longevity and all these other sliders that niggas add into the fray when it comes to picking who's the best. When it comes to just that rap, nigga, Biggie was the one, man. So R.I.P. to Biggie, bro. R.I.P. to Biggie, March 9th, my man. I don't even like celebrating death anniversary.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Like
it's just a day that has to do with him, so you know what I mean?
Understand why we do it, because it's just another reason to recognize the brother. You know what I mean?
Right.
I get it for that reason, but I don't want to celebrate the day a nigga died, bro. Like,
right.
Especially when you put it into context, he was 24, bro. So this is not even, we're not talking about a nigga that died. This is a child at the end of the day. Like, although he was successful, you know what I mean, and he was selling crack in front of his building just to feed his daughter, he was a kid at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, right. But shout out to Biggie, man.
Hey, y'all ever heard Biggie rap on a song with another rapper and you questioned whether Biggie had the best verse or not?
Never.
Oh, okay.
Not one time.
Not one time, no. Yeah, no.
Yeah, me either.
Not once.
Maybe you can have an argument with a nigga about Flavor in Your Ear remix. I'm not. Biggie had the best verse. But
Nigga had the
there's
whole
niggas
hip
out there
hop
that
on that
probably
shit.
felt like Busta Rhymes killed that shit.
Buster did kill it.
He did.
Ooh, that's a good.
It's
Okay,
the
I
only
like
nigga.
that. I like
It's the
that.
only nigga. Smack the
I'm
ass
not
on fat
giving that,
bitches. It's the
but like,
only shit.
if that happened to be the only one that came close, I'm still not giving it to Busta, and I love Busta. Busta, one of my favorites. Go. I'm not giving it to Busta just because that was a remix of another nigga song
That Biggie didn't even like.
that was for Biggie first. Nigga turned it down. Ain't that the story? Wasn't that shit for Big first?
Live in your ear, yeah.
Or he had the beat or something like that first, and then he didn't
Mhm.
really fuck with. Or he might not had not fuck with it. We just know how Biggie process was back in the day. He had to really feel the shit before he got in the booth and spit. Maybe he just didn't feel the beat at that time, and then Craig Mack came in, did his thing, made it a classic. Shout out to R.I.P. Craig Mack and Big. But that's how I would give it to Busta in that situation. So just to go to your question, drugs, never. I ain't never heard nobody get on the track with the late great B.I.G. and smoke them or come close to it. Never happened. Never lost.
In my opinion, the one that was close, well, the ones that was closest was probably Bone Thugs.
And that was gonna be my. So when you mentioned that question, when you asked the question, that's what came into my mind. I was like, okay, Notorious Thugs came up with Bone Thugs, but I'm not gonna say they smoked him because one, it's one nigga versus a group, for one.
Yeah.
But also he came into their world, and this was the first
Right.
time we heard Biggie spit like this, bro.
And
Like
that's how I knew he had to be. Yeah, he took
he was
off.
that man.
Yeah, he took off.
Who's that man?
Yeah, that verse is ridiculous. Armed and dangerous. Ain't too many campaign with us. Straight up, we
Straight up,
know
we
Angel
know
Dust.
Angel Dust, label us,
Label
no.
us notorious. Oh my
And it
god.
sound fire every time you hear it. Like it never like
You
dies.
can
Yeah, never.
read the lyrics and listen to it, and they'll both sound fire. When you read a lot of lyrics, it don't sound that fire. Just hearing it out.
Yeah.
Coming on the record saying we armed and dangerous, and ain't too many can bang with us. Straight up weed, no Angel Dust, because you know niggas was smoking that dust heavy back in the days, that in the 90s and shit. Niggas was on that dust. Label us, notorious.
Dust.
Thug us niggas that love the bus. Y'all niggas be scrambling, gambling. Man. R.I.P. to the GOAT, Biggie,
So
man.
called beef with you know who?
Fuck a few female stars or two.
Oh man.
Nigga said we got beef with you know who. You know that bum ass nigga.
You know that bum ass nigga from the West.
Oh man. But fellas, we talking about Biggie, man. I am ashamed that we are almost at the 1 year mark of this podcast. Shout out to us for making it this far. Shout out to y'all for listening with us this long and this far. How have we never had an AKA or a shout out or just any reference to the 10 crack commandments, bro? This is crack in the 80s.
I don't
How the
know.
fuck do we do that?
I don't know, man. It's
How
kind of
we do
crazy.
that?
I don't know,
You know
son.
what I'm saying? Like we should have a set of 10 crack commandments for the pod ship. You know what I mean? For the crack rock la familia.
Hey,
They should
that's gonna be
have
the
some
theme music, man.
commandments to go by. Yeah, for
That's
sure.
the theme music, man.
And fire, bro. We gotta give the listeners a list of commandments to abide by. And if you don't follow by these rules, you get kicked off the train. You know what I mean? Nobody want to get kicked off the train. Ever. Why would you ever want to get kicked off the train? You know what I mean? But it's crazy though. Shout out to Biggie, man. The 10 crack commandments. Yeah, did y'all ever hear y'all remember the Got a Story to Tell record? Y'all ever heard who that was about?
Oh, it's about a Nick player.
No, I meant like, do you know the Nick player? Like, he was eventually named after a while. Like, they
Oh, he
outed,
was.
bro.
I forgot. I think who the fuck came out and said that shit and confirmed
Fat
who it
Joe
was.
said it. Fat Joe said it, and then and then Diddy came out and confirmed it. It was about Anthony Mason.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think this was after Anthony Mason had passed too. R.I.P. Anthony Mason, Nick Legend. But just imagine that, bro. Like, you a whole ball playing superstar and Biggie fucking your bitch and made a record about it. And then told niggas. Yo, it was one of them 6ix9ine
And then Rob. I don't
Nick
know
niggas.
if it was the Robin true too.
If the robbery was true too, god damn, I forgot I had my ratchet on me.
No, Roscoe. He said I forgot I have a Roscoe on me.
I forgot. He said Roscoe. I forgot I had my Roscoe on me. Nigga made the man, R.I.P. But yeah, so Fat Joe was the one. Shout out to Joe. You know what I mean? Crack. Joe is the reason why we got this pod going so lovely. Shout out to Joe. We love you, bro. We
Other
gonna
Joe,
get you on
it's
the
crazy.
pod.
It's two Joes, man. Fat Joe, and Joe Biden, man.
Word.
Crazy.
The Joes. The two Joes that support this pod the most.
Uh-huh.
They don't even realize it. Shout out to the Joes. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
one of them don't realize it. The other, Sleepy Joe knows. We forgot. We heavily inclined with Joe.
Yeah.
And
No, that's true.
Right.
That's true. But you gotta keep that low, bro. Niggas can't really know too much about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
you're right, Don.
low.
You're right.
But yeah, Fat Joe came out, and then this is I have a quote actually. I just pulled the quote up. A funny quote about that situation. Puff came out, you know, Joe apologized because then Charles Oakley came out. He wasn't really feeling the situation. He didn't like that Joe said it. Joe came out, but then Diddy came out and apologized and said, yo, with love, I respect that, brother. Damn, let me find it. I want to find the actual quote because I had it here. Oh, he goes, this was on the Breakfast Club. He said, yo, that story is true. I can confirm that with love. Imagine a nigga confirming a story about you getting your bitch getting fucked and a nigga robbing you. A nigga I'm gonna confirm that with love. Yeah, that was true, beloved.
Nigga said, play the cut. Nigga coming on some love potion shit. Flash the heat on him. That nigga said he came with the juice like it was love potion. That shit is mad funny.
Shout out to Biggie, man. Biggie is just a motherfucking legend. You know?
Coming on some love potion shit. That's crazy.
Flash the heat on him.
He stood emotionless.
Nigga just came from playing a basketball game, bro. Dropping probably like 20 and 10 on a nigga. He came in hard day at work. He trying to come see his shorty. You gotta think, ain't nothing better than you come off from a long day at work. You coming home to see your shorty. Maybe come get a meal. Who knows? It might have been a road game, and he was coming off a plane. And they ain't have no practice now. He was coming straight to the crib, and you see Biggie in that shit with a fucking gun in your face.
Word. And you didn't even know it was Biggie. It was a fat nigga with a mask on.
A fat nigga with a mask on, because he wasn't really Biggie back then. Like,
yeah. Nah, you know what's so crazy though?
Treacherous.
I was listening to that song. You know what came to my mind? Weird. My mind goes, Trapped in the Closet Part 1. Is that kind of similar?
Wait, say that again? I ain't hear you.
I got a story to tell about Biggie, right? That whole story. Isn't that similar to the first chapter of Trapped in the Closet? Except for R. Kelly's Trapped in the Closet the whole time?
Okay, yeah, similar. But you gotta think, that story is a similar story in general. Like,
nah, it definitely is.
In any situation, whether it's a nigga walking in on his shorty or opposite, that's goes probably only 3 different ways ever in history.
Right.
You got the Biggie situation where you end up with a fucking hammer in your face, nigga fucking your shorty, and now he got the drop on you. Holy shit. Then you got the other side of where it's the opposite. Chick walks in on you with a shorty, and that don't go the right way.
And then you got 3, like the episode of P Valley, when that governor nigga walked in and his shorty was giving son to Mean Mozzie.
Oh, my man. I forgot my man name, the black dude.
Yeah, he walked and she was getting crazy. She was bobbing and weaving. I'm like, yo.
My man was upset.
Yeah, that's some wild. It's one thing to walk in on your bitch fucking a nigga.
Not the Mozzie,
though. Not the Mozzie, though. Not the Maserati. Not the Maserati, bro. Come on,
I could deal with the other shit because you could block that out your mind somehow.
Yeah, you could. You know what I'm saying?
The Mozzie is the image that you can never get
out. You could never get out.
That shit will burn. That shit'll make your heart burn. That shit'll make your soul burn slow.
Word. That's that ether. That's that real ether right there. The ether.
Word up.
Yo, that's some wild shit, son. To see. And
see, I don't even like talking about this shit. Let's move on, son. Let's move on. Let's move on, beloved.
Rest in peace, Biggie, man. We miss you, my nigga. And you know what I'm saying? It's just damn, like Diddy used
24-year-old young man.
Diddy, man, I fuck with you, but you shouldn't have took that nigga to Cali, son. Well, I think we can say that now. You shouldn't have went to Cali with that nigga, bro.
Shouldn't have went to Cali with that nigga. Y'all nigga was doing good on the East Coast, man.
Yeah, y'all nigga, you bugging, Diddy. Whatever your name is, love now, whatever, my nigga, you bugging. And I say that with love.
We love you.
With love, my nigga.
Just how you told Anthony Mason's family, yo, you responded to that with love. We want to do this with love too, beloved. Biggie shouldn't have went to LA, man.
Yeah, you was bugging, my nigga. You was bugging. With love. You
With
was
love.
bugging. Word.
Kind of crazy, man. But fellas, this story right here, I mentioned living out here in Houston. You know, I'm in Texas. I be forgetting I'm in Texas because I'm in Houston, and it's I mean, it's a big city, it's real diverse, but it still is Texas at the end of the day. And I was telling you fellas a couple weeks ago how I went to a weed bar. I was surprised that this weed bar exists. Look how it comes around. Texas lawmakers passed a marijuana decriminalization. Let me start this over. Texas lawmakers passed a marijuana decriminalization bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, they passed a bill where weed is going to be decriminalized out here officially. Which is kind of crazy. Like, Texas, what do you think of Texas outside of me living here for as long as I've lived here now? Just on the outside looking in, not knowing anything about Texas. You gotta think, you've seen SpongeBob episodes where they dissing Sandy Cheeks for being from Texas. Dumb old Texas. Howdy, y'all. Y'all remember that episode of SpongeBob? So,
Fact.
anything we think about Texas is country, it's cowboys, and it's upholding everything America has been set on, good or bad. So you would think Texas would always, and you gotta think, there's a lot of states across the country that it's already legal. It's decriminalized years ago. When it's official in Texas that they're passing bills and laws about it, you know, okay, we literally got to a place now in the country where this thing that doesn't mean anything. Like, everybody smokes bud nowadays, bro. The fact that it's even still a problem or can get you in trouble or you can lose your job, you got to take a drug test. Like, the fact that that's still a common practice in most places is wild to me. But Texas passing a law about this shit is the step in the right direction. So it's kind of crazy to me. I say all that to say, man, you street peddling niggas, it might be over for you out here in Texas, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. It might be over for you niggas. I was coming home from work yesterday. I stopped in the liquor store, you know what I mean? Because I like to have a taste. I like to have a taste every now and again, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just wild when you be seeing niggas just on the street, just outside, that solicit bud to you, bro. Yo, I got that. You might be walking in the store. I'm walking in the store yesterday. I open the door. A nigga coming out. He hold the door for me. And I'm like, yo, thanks, my brother. Like, I be trying to give gratitude and tell niggas thank you nowadays. The nigga like, yo, yeah, what's up? Yo, I got that fire on me, though, if you want some. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, bro, I know I had my uniform from work on, but like, yo, bro, you can't just be doing that to any nigga on the street. So I'm just like, yo, damn, that game, even the selling bud game on the street has kind of... that shit is kind of old now. Niggas got to find new ways to do that. So with this law being passed, I think it might be over for you niggas, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I don't think so.
I
You don't
think
think
so.
It's still alive out here.
Yeah, so out in New York City, niggas got bud for sale.
Sure.
That shit just
Everywhere.
made niggas more comfortable with selling bud.
Everywhere. Everybody
Yeah.
sells bud.
You know
Yeah.
what? You're
It's
right,
just more comfortable.
because niggas
grandma.
are selling bud in Times Square now. I heard.
Yeah.
That's been a thing. That was always a thing.
Well, it was always a thing, but now it's like prominent. I heard. Like, you come off of the fucking 40 Deuce A train stop, and the nigga is right there.
And that's
act like-
real tourist shit, though.
Let's
Ain't
not
nobody
act like-
going to no damn.
Let's
Yeah,
not
facts,
act
facts,
like
facts.
y'all niggas borough was the first niggas on the Jamaican train station saying they got sour. Okay? This started in Queens. This is a Queens thing. Queens niggas is bold. I don't know how y'all niggas is bold. I was doing that shit. Weed wasn't even legal. That shit was still like,
Not for
you
real.
still get time for that shit. Niggas, I got that sour. Y'all got that sour.
In front of the train station too.
In front of the train. As soon as you get the train, got that sour.
That Jamaica Ave train station ain't a small train station. That's a busy train station.
That shit is like Grand Central Station.
It's like Broadway Junction. It's like all them shits. Word.
Yeah. Got that sour. Come on, like the fuck?
Queens
How?
niggas run you niggas. Ask Russell Simmons.
Ex nigga that's selling sour. I got
Have
that
you
sour.
seen that train station recently? That shit, like, they upgraded that shit, I think. Like,
That's
they
nice.
built it up a little bit.
Yeah.
The nigga,
Wow.
the nigga
A lot
dead
of
ass
this
had
shit.
sour too though, son. Word, niggas dead ass had sour. It wasn't lying.
Remember the days of the good sour? I just started sharing the screen with y'all. I forgot to do that. My bad.
I can smell that shit. I can't smell it, but like I
You
can
know what it smells
remember
like.
that. Remember you used to do that after the yo, my nigga.
Nah, facts though.
That shit
Oh
was
man, that shit
that
bringing me
was
back.
sour was the best weed, man. I don't give a fuck what nobody say.
In
Word,
New
I don't give
York,
in New
for New
around
York
the
niggas.
world, around the world. I think everybody around who got sour nowadays. Like nobody's making sour.
I
Nobody's
just think
trying to
it's a different name, bro. I be thinking a lot of these buds nowadays, these different strains, niggas just be naming them whatever, but it might be a mixture of like a sour and some blue cheese.
That's
Nah,
exactly what
son.
it be though. Not just those two, but it just be mixtures of shit
His
that already
names.
Yeah,
exist.
like can we just? I just need some sour. Like I just want a 7. And I don't even smoke no more. But I'll smoke again if I get some sour. That's why I quit. I said, you know, there's no more sour in the world. Fuck this bullshit. You know what I mean? I ain't smoking else since I realized that shit.
He said,
But
it ain't
now
even worth it no more,
it
son.
ain't even worth it no more, son. My son, shout out my son Holly, man. My son Holly had them sours. He had the trees like Tarzan, my nigga. Word. Son, that nigga sour, son, was so motherfucking good. And this around the time his Ace was $50. Remember Ace was $50? And you looked at the drug dealer like he was wild. $50 was, you know what I'm saying?
50?
$50.
I remember when it was 40, 45.
Now this is before it was 45. This is before.
Oh, okay. Early in the
This is
days.
when niggas was still smoking greens and the nigga had exotic. He put the tax on the exotic.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? He's like, I got that Ace of Sour, $50. $50. That's a lot of money, bro. Herb, I got you when I
Bud?
get paid. For some bud? $50?
Damn.
Bro,
He said,
them
you
Ace, bro.
kind of steep, bro. You wildin'.
Them
But,
shits,
but you
bro.
find that 50 though.
You get that 50 piece. Me and my homies used to sometimes put up, or when I started working, I got paid. That nigga was getting the $50 from me every Friday. Like, no bullshit. Sometimes they let me hold the eighth. Yo, I get a 7, yo. I got you with a buck, bro, when I get paid. All right, my nigga. Bet.
Yo, look at
Slit.
this. Look at how crazy.
Woo!
Look at how far we've come. I've pulled up a whole website right here with sour diesel facts, bro. Like leafly.com. This is like the legitimized for the average person that's smoking weed trying to find facts about it. You can literally pull up a library of different facts about the weed. So, sour diesel got a 4.3 out of 5 rating with 8,300 ratings. That's a lot. And then they give you like the picture of it. Look, they got a picture of the bud. They got the AKA Sour D's, which is both pauses if you think about it. Like pause, bro. Made by, and then they tell you what it's made by. Like I can't tell you the facts about this shit, but I appreciate this right here. They give you highlights from it. Feelings, energetic, talkative, creative. I can attest to that. When niggas was smoking sour D back in the days, we was making some shit. That was in the days we was making Palace. We was making them joints, boy. Like, that was our pink Coke. That sour D? Remember niggas was smoking that shit on the train before we went to No Mystery? Whoo! Whoo! But then you got negatives here. Paranoid, dry mouth, dry eyes. I don't know if I experienced that any back then, but it says it helps with stress, depression, and anxiety.
I definitely experienced. I don't know about the dry eye thing.
Yeah, the dry eye might be the only one that I didn't. Dry mouth and paranoia for sure.
Yeah.
Cotton mouth.
Cotton mouth, word. That's what we call that shit. Cotton mouth. It's just funny. Like, we got a whole look how far weed has come, bro. That
Yo,
shit,
bro.
you used to have a war on drugs.
That nigga Wiz had Cushion OJ. I had sour diesel and grape juice. It was crazy.
That's a good combination right
It's
there.
a great combination. The fucking tropic Dole grape juice, nigga, with a blunt, the bacon, egg, and cheese.
Ooh,
Bro,
bacon, egg, and cheese?
that shit was bro. Every morning, nigga.
You didn't go wrong with a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Every morning, bro. I was feeling good.
You ain't even gotta, you in New York when you don't even have to fully pronounce what you want. Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese. Let me get a 2 honey. You get honey buns and shit. Yo, put a little hot sauce, ketchup, salt, pepper on the side, but put some on there too.
Yeah, I just did the black pepper on the whole, just black extra bacon, black pepper.
Extra bacon? No, this nigga was definitely not Muslim. Nigga said, let me get extra.
Extra bacon.
I knew some niggas like that, and I knew the niggas that used to get the shit on a fucking hero. I never got that shit on the
Yeah,
hero. I
niggas who
never
did that shit
understood.
was niggas who did that shit was kind of different. They were devious niggas.
Oh wait, what? A nigga get a
Bro.
bacon, egg, and cheese on a hero?
I've seen it. I've
Yeah,
seen it.
bro. And you
I've
remember
seen it.
when you had to get your shit off before you got to school? So niggas was buying the shit at the corner store
Yeah.
and eating it on the walk, like to school, like a whole hero bacon eggs cheese.
Hold on. That's some New York shit too, because a lot of people. I realize a lot of niggas outside of New York don't even walk to school. Them niggas is driving, they getting dropped off. In New York, we had a walk. Even if you got off the train, you had a little walk to get to your school building. So walking and eating
Nah.
a sandwich is crazy, bro.
Nah, yeah. Sometimes, regardless, more times than not, you had to walk at some point. Like you took the
Real shit.
train there,
Yeah,
took the
yeah.
bus, whatever.
Yeah.
You walk. So
Wow.
Yeah.
Having a bacon, egg, and cheese on a hero, you a fucking deviant, bro. Like,
Yeah, demon.
what are you doing, son?
How hungry are you?
Yo,
Did
look,
you eat last night?
I just searched bacon, egg, and cheese New York, and there's nothing but rolls, bagels. See, if you took it to a bagel, that's when it's like, oh, you fancy, you stepping it up. A hero is
that's how
kind
I
of
get. That's how I
crazy.
get bacon
I
egg and cheese
always
now.
was getting, yeah. Nah, I
That's
was
how it
always
is
getting
now.
a bagel.
You know what?
Ooh,
What
what's
changed my
this?
life though? You know what changed my life? When I was working at shout out to Barkley Rex, cigar shop I used to work at on 34th Street or 42nd Street, Union Square.
Nigga still around?
It's this little like rust. Oh no, they closed that shit down. They wanted too much for the rent. That nigga
Oh yeah.
Bob was paying like I think like $20K a month for that fucking place. But he's paying some shit for that because he was inside a lawyer's firm office. He was sharing the building with the lawyer's firm. Yeah, and they was taxing the fuck out of him. On top of that, they was taxing him extra because he was able to smoke in the spot as well.
Ooh, he had
Yeah,
smoke tax.
Yeah, he had smoke tax. Yep. But there was like this little diner spot. As soon as you get off the train station on 42nd Street, is it Union Square or was it? Yeah, it's Union Square, right? My bugging. Grand Central Station. Sorry,
Street.
Grand
Yeah,
Central Station.
Union Square is 14th.
Yeah, 15th. Yeah, I'm bugging. There's just like this little like restaurant, little like buffet type deli spot right next to the Starbucks. It's the Starbucks, the entrance to the train station, and then it's the restaurant right there. Right by where the Avengers fought the aliens in Avengers movie. They had you go get a croissant and they put the bacon, egg, and cheese on the croissant that you give them. Bro, that shit changed my life. That shit
cheese on a croissant.
On a croissant.
I was just looking here. This looked like a bacon, egg, and cheese on some cocoa bread, bro. Imagine that. Bacon, egg, and cheese on cocoa bread?
It gotta be extra bacon though. It has to because the cocoa bread is like thick pause. You know what I'm saying? So it gotta be leveled out. It gotta be leveled out.
I feel you on that. So an extra bacon on that aspect, I feel you on that.
Yeah,
well,
definitely.
All the Muslim listeners don't, you know what I mean? Y'all skip past this part. We know this ain't for y'all.
Who makes bacon, egg, and cheese better? The Poppies or the Ox?
Oh. See, now you're asking the hard-hitting questions, my guy. The Akis or the Poppies? I'm going to say the Poppies, man.
Poppies, yep.
Hispanics.
100%.
The Hispanic older men. Them niggas going to make your sandwich the way you need it. Not taking away from how Akis make it. Get it. Don't get it twisted. Them niggas will make some shit for you. But I think if we just got history with the Poppies, like them niggas just...
They're the originators.
Yeah, they might be the originators. You know what I mean? The Akis, they moved in and they just took over what was already a booming business.
They wasn't giving you pork bacon because they don't fuck with pork.
Yeah,
a lot of Akis
a lot of turkey bacon,
beef bacon. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poppy gonna give you that swine.
Yeah, he gonna give you that swine.
Poppy don't care.
The average New Yorker dies in like 15 years.
The shit we eat, bro, Chinese. Not even the average New Yorker, the average hood nigga in New York, bro. Cause it's only that shit in the hood. You go to Manhattan. The last time I went to the city, stayed in like near 34th. So anyway, I was going for breakfast and shit in the morning. If it wasn't at the telly, well, this telly didn't eat. It wasn't like a telly like that. They didn't have breakfast. And it's like complimentary breakfast. You know how like most spots have these newfound fancy hotels. These niggas just be like an apartment building that is a hotel running out of that shit. But I was in the city, so you know what I mean, I would go want to get some breakfast or food or whatever. They had delis, but them shits was like fancy delis. So you could tell they was paying for a little bit better ingredients. Same shit, it'll still kill you. It's still cheese, bacon, and fucking bread, but it was handled a little bit better. The grease on the grill and shit was cleaned.
On top of
a little
that,
bit better.
more times than not, you go to like a random bodega or corner store or whatever. You getting a bacon, egg, and cheese. Boy, we don't be knowing how these niggas grill be looking, son.
Yeah.
They be having all
I used
type
to
of
watch.
shit
That's why I
still
always
on
watch
there.
niggas. So I always watch niggas.
Shit flying around.
Fucking cat on the stove.
Boy digging into his arms. All type
No
of shit.
gloves, no hairnet.
Nah, niggas still do that. The no gloves, you gotta.
Yeah, you lucky if you
gotta
find
catch
that.
a nigga.
You lucky if you find a nigga that got gloves on. They got a hat on for sure. And you ain't gonna have no hairnet. You lucky if you find a hairnet, but
Yo, look at this picture.
this one?
Yeah.
I was definitely just looking at this shit. I searched cat
Yo.
on bread bodega, and this picture is just a cat just laying on bread, bro. Like the
Son
fact
is
that this is
having-
even a thing is hilarious. This
Yeah,
is how
man.
bro, think about this, bro. They only have cats because they got rats in the city. So they gotta keep the rats out, and they put a cat. Like, there's a stigma about cats. I have cats, love my cats.
Except there's no New York rats that's scared of cats.
Yeah, cause they rats, nigga. Like, these rats be different in New York, bro. These niggas be the size of the cat, bro.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, but I realize people don't really like cats. People that don't like animals and shit, they really hate cats in a way. So just imagine you walking in, you trying to go get a little snack, you see a cat just chilling. You like, yo, what the fuck is going on, bro? Why is this cat just in the store? If you're not from New York and you don't know what's going on, that nigga is he pays rent. He lives there.
I don't know. If that's the city's plan, they need to go drop off a whole like ton of cats in the city and just let them roam free.
You seen they had like a whole dog. There was, I don't know if you've seen that. They had dogs fighting rats, bro. Like they had a whole thing. I think it was Vice put out a documentary. In New York City, they have, because it's such a huge rat problem, they have people that come out with their dogs that are specified in hunting rats. Here, look, meet the rat hunters. Dogs join the fight against New York City's rodent problem. This is from 2020.
I don't know if I want my dog dealing with rats, man.
This shit, bro. They posing. This is exactly what Mars was talking about will be happening with the robots when we eventually start fighting robots. It's gonna be pictures just like this. You're gonna have white niggas with masks and bandanas on their heads and khaki pants on and camo holding up robot heads. Look, they posing with their dogs and dead rats, bro. This shit is disgusting.
Marshadamus at it again. I told y'all niggas they gonna do the same thing with the robots, man.
This shit is disgusting, bro. Late night. So this is from an article from 2020. So late Thursday night into early Friday morning, a group led 6 rat hunters working 6 terriers of varying breeds into and around trash cans, trash piles, and construction sites of the Lower East Side in search of the city's most reviled occupants, aka rats. It's insane that they have a whole task force and think about it. Who are these people? These people are regular niggas. They not assigned. This is not their job. They're not getting paid for this.
They got a video. They got a video on YouTube. I watched that shit a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas doing them rats crazy. They was uptown getting crazy.
What do you do for work where you could afford to just fight rats for a living, or at any time in your life, bro? Like,
hey, them niggas is helping. Them niggas is heroes. All superheroes don't wear capes, my nigga.
yeah, you
No,
right.
they not. They need to go find the Ghostbusters.
Find a job, nigga. Shit.
Nah.
What my nigga Terry Crews was saying everybody hates Chris. He ain't got no job. Like, bro, yeah, that's it.
It gotta be an answer for them rats, man. Before them niggas turn into Godzilla. One of them niggas gonna turn into Godzilla.
Bro, them pictures of those gigantic rats, Like the big rats. Shit is kind of fucking scary, bro. Them rats that be like, look at this shit, bro. Rats like this shit is nah, bro. See now, this is nah, son.
Bro, when they start standing up and shit, that's when niggas gonna be at attention. I'm telling you, bro.
When they grow, yeah,
two,
nah.
two legs walking through shit.
They gonna
Yo,
look
what
like
the
the Yellow
fuck
Rat
is-
Bastard mascot. Remember Yellow Rat Bastard? Another New York. Was that a New York City thing? Yellow Rat Bastard? That store? I think that might have been a New York City specific store. Yeah, look, headquarters, New York, private business, flagship establishment in the chain of New York City. Yeah, this the name of it made me understand that it had to be a New York thing. You're not gonna put a rat in your name and you're in a company outside of the city, bro. Like it's not gonna
First off,
connect.
I'm not making that my logo. Like,
Yo,
first
you
off,
remember they used to have the big inflatable rat in the store, bro?
bro, I used to be so bothered by that. Like,
You would be disturbed walking through and it was in Soho too, like
yeah, bro,
the
I'm not
heart of
promoting that.
Broadway.
I'm not wearing that on my shit. Like, what we doing?
Well, but this is the thing though. They didn't have they sold it was like a Urban Outfitters, but
Yeah.
for like random indie brands and shit. They didn't really sell like their own branded stuff.
Nah, they did have some stuff though.
Yeah, they did. They did. I'm looking here. I didn't know that. Damn, look, grand closing.
I remember seeing them hoodies, man.
That big ass rat, bro. I'm trying to find an inflatable rat. I'm surprised I can't find a picture of that shit. But anybody that's from the New York City area, you know what I mean, the metropolitan area, the tri-state area, y'all know that big ass rat we talking about. That shit was a big ass rat, bro.
Master Splinter.
Master Splinter, for real. I mean, that's a perfect segue. Shit. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yo, thank me
You know what
later,
I
son.
mean?
Thank me later, son. Yo, son, thank me later. And niggas bit off Nas shit, son.
Yeah, that boy drugs kind of good. Man, Seth Rogan is back with another comic book favorite. Would we consider Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like comic book? I consider this like a comic book, even if it wasn't ever an actual comic.
It was. It started a comic
was.
book.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there you go. This is comic book shit. Seth Rogan back with his comic book renditions, you know. He's coming with a new movie of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That should look fire. We watched the trailer. Holy shit. I'm excited for this shit. What y'all niggas think?
Man, that shit gonna be
Man,
peak,
what?
man.
Come on, man.
Has everybody in this movie, bro, as far in terms of star power, you got all the guys that we fuck with in this shit.
Now I appreciate them bringing shit like this back for like the kids to like, you know, at least enjoy.
Well, the Turtles are really going nowhere because they have cartoons forever. Like there was a recent, they had like an animated, I think it was an animated movie on Nickelodeon that did real good too. That shit was fire too. Like we gotta watch some fight scenes from that shit. That shit is arguably like the best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fight scenes ever in animation. Like we talking like that shit was like an anime. Turtles fighting Shredder. Not gonna lie.
Okay.
Word. That
Something
shit,
we gotta check into.
definitely gotta check that out.
Seth Rogen. I appreciate Seth Rogen being who he is now with content. We knew Seth Rogen. You gotta think like it's been years since we've been introduced to Seth Rogen. It's just wow. We were like in high school and shit when Superbad and Knocked Up and all of those movies became a thing. 40-Year-Old Virgin. When that crew came onto the scene, Paul Rudd. Seth Rogen now is predominantly focusing his career on bringing back those teenage years of the fucking shit that we love. At the beginning of the trailer for the movie, I think it says they got him listed as permanent teenager Seth Rogen or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I fuck with that because as much as you get older, you don't go away from the shit that you actually liked, bro. Like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, comic books, you know what I'm saying? All that type of shit.
Nah, nigga.
So for
Nigga,
Seth Rogen to be
still,
the guy, I fuck with that.
and if they still decided to keep putting out Power Rangers, I would still fuck with it.
Well, you see, we got the new Power Ranger in Snowfall. He's in Snowfall, the Red Ranger.
We're not
Son
doing
with
that.
the toupee. Nigga, drugs didn't
No
even
way.
take the bait for that. Nigga say, yeah, I'm just
That
gonna
in, that
ignore
in.
you, nigga.
Yeah, that in.
Yeah, let me bust a U-turn. My bad.
Yeah.
According to this article, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles producer Seth Rogan says that if media critics knew how much negative criticisms hurt the people that made the things, they would second guess the way they write. Yo, I didn't even know this was the quote before I read it, but I agree with him just being a creator. Doing what we do, artists, producers, podcasters, people that create content to put out to the world. That's a true statement, bro. Like, it doesn't hurt anymore because I'm going to do what I want to do because I'm a creator and I want it to be out there to the world. But if the people that, just in general, think about how many people talk shit about anything nowadays. Yo, that show was trash. Yo, that song was ass. Yo, that album came out last night. I only heard it the one time, but that shit is garbage. Niggas wouldn't say shit like that because when you understand what it takes to create anything, you would at least just say, yo, it's not for me.
Really?
You wouldn't ever have that criticism of, yo, it's terrible. Because you never created anything in your life, bro. You never took a risk and said, yo, I want to create this, put it out to the world, and have people judge it. You never been through that. To have the critics to be like, yo, this shit is ass. Off of one watch.
Critics don't. They did get shit. But critics they're not creators at all. They are the worst thing that happens to media. I feel like them and paparazzi, they're just like motherfuckers who make a living off giving their dog shit opinion. You know
They
what
make
I mean?
a living off of what we do.
Right.
That's
If
why
we didn't do
Kanye
this,
don't fuck with them. That's why he call him mosquito. You fucking mosquito.
yeah.
You sucking my life. Your job is based off of what I do in my everyday.
Yep.
Fucking corny, son.
That shit is weird, bro. And unfortunately, a lot of studios listen to these niggas. You know what I'm saying? A lot of studios don't. Shout out to Disney for never really caving into the critics and doing what the fuck Disney gonna do whatever the fuck I wanna do. Fuck y'all niggas. But you got people like Warner Brothers who literally listen to critics. They don't care about box office perception. They care about the critics. They do. It's the weirdest thing. And this is the reason why we at with James Gunn being the head of fucking DC. He has arguably the worst DC film numbers ever in life. The shit did his Suicide Squad movie did 168 million worldwide. Domestically, it did 55 million. I found that out the other day. I said, damn, that shit did 55 million.
55?
55 million, bro. Domestically. In the US, it did $55 million, bro.
In comparison, we just seen Creed 3 come out in the first week do 58. In the first weekend.
In the first week.
Weekend.
2 days. 3 days.
That's so compare that.
But the critics love the movie. The critics love the movie. So, hey, he's one of the only few directors that critics loved his movie. Let's make him the head of DC.
I think they're probably focused too much on the social media era of consumers and random niggas online opinions to where they think that is the majority of what the actual fans want. So they focus on what critics got to say. Because critics are basically just people that are forming an opinion based off of a small sample size of what they might see on the internet, which really doesn't have much value when you put it in context.
Yep.
But it's crazy you mentioned Disney. I wanted to see, because I mentioned this, I don't know if you knew much about this topic, but it's about Disney. Bob Iger, Bob Iger is the Disney CEO currently. You mentioned to us throughout this pod, you know what I'm saying, as long as we've been doing this pod, you mentioned him getting in there, I believe, because he's new, right? He just got in there as well.
Now, Bob Iger been there. He had left. They got somebody else, and they got rid of that nigga because he said animation was only for kids. So the Disney was like, whoa, wait, what did you just say? Get the fuck out the building, my nigga. You bugging the fuck out. You can't say it. Yeah, we probably feel like that, but you can't outright say that. You bugging. So Bob Iger's back. Yeah, he actually had a interview where he talked about how Ant-Man and the Wasp, He threw a shot at Ant-Man while saying, sometimes we don't need to have these superhero films don't need three movies. You know what I'm saying? We should just focus on
Ooh,
other characters.
that was a shot. Seemed like a shot at Paul Rudd.
Yeah. Well,
But basically, what I want before you get into that, I'm gonna let you get your shit off. But I was just mentioning it's NBA. This is a sports topic, but it's not really sports because it goes hand in hand with Disney. The NBA commissioner of the league, Adam Silver, he is on what is quote unquote called a short list to succeed Bob Iger at Disney. So who knows what this means? Because you got to think Adam Silver is still currently the head CEO of the NBA right now, but when people start using that word shortlist, that means Bob Iger already either has an exit plan or there's a plan in place for him to leave Disney already. His contract was probably based off of, or recently this new development was based off of him getting up out of there because he may not want to do it no more. Who knows?
I don't really think that he even had because when it came out that he was back at Disney, there wasn't even no explanation on his contract with them. You know what I mean? Which I found pretty weird. So he just was kind of like a replacement thing. So I'd give him maybe a year or two that he's there. Bob Iger, and then maybe they're gonna do something with Adam Silver. Who knows? But who else is on that short list though? It's not just Adam Silver. I feel like the media just took Adam Silver because he was really the only nigga that the world may know. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay, that's a point too. Because my question was going to be, why would they even mention Adam Silver? But that's a good point because he is
The commissioner of the NBA.
and he's a public figure. So yeah.
Public figure. The other niggas on the list probably nobody even fucking knows. Like how it usually is. There's a nigga that you don't know. You know what I mean?
He's probably that guy.
Yeah, he's probably that. You know what I mean? So hopefully, listen.
Billionaire.
Yeah, listen, man. And at the same time, Disney owns ESPN Sports, so they already have a tie. You know what I'm saying? He probably knows. He probably gonna get the job. Who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Nah,
that'll be dope. But they're gonna do
It'll
put
be
Bob
interesting.
Iger. What they gonna do? Put Bob Iger at Disney? What the fuck they gonna be in the NBA? Who the fuck gonna replace Adam Silver? It's weird.
I mean, Adam Silver already running the NBA like it's a business, which sounds crazy to say because obviously we know it's a business, but it seems more business-like as opposed to back in the day where it was like a sports organization.
Right.
But I don't know. I wanted to get into this. Chris Rock special. I wanted to bring that up earlier in the pod, but
I have a hot take on it.
Chris Rock special. Wait, so did you guys see it? Did both of you see it? Drugs, did you see it?
I don't know how much of it I seen, but I'm pretty sure I seen.
But you turned it on and like you were, you know what I mean, you put it on and shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've seen it, like you could comment on it. I mean, people want to hear from you.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Chris Rock special. Selective Outrage. Netflix, we reported last week. This was the first. And I didn't see it live. So we spoke about it last week. Like the live aspect of it, I understand why he did it, but nigga like me that just watched it out after the fact, like what did that even mean? I guess maybe they took the numbers of everybody that tuned in live at the moment it went on the platform, and from that they could, make deals out of it. Honestly, I think him doing it live was a mistake and detrimental to himself as a creator and as Chris Rock in this moment. Like, why would you want to do that live when you could just do a special and just put it out there? You know what I mean? Like, and even more so to that point, he fucked up the end joke. That was what people were actually there to see. The average person that don't fuck with Chris Rock. We fuck with Chris Rock. Well, I can speak for myself. I know y'all do, but I speak for myself. I fuck with Chris Rock as a comedian. I don't need much build up or much anticipation to just watch a Chris Rock special. I'm watching it just because it's Chris Rock. But you got to think the people that were like the Oscars, that white audience that may not fuck with Chris Rock just off the cuff, they were tuned in for this Will Smith shit. And then the fact that he fucked the joke up, It's like that live ass. I don't think he should have did the live aspect, man. What do y'all think?
I
I
think.
felt.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna
Okay,
let you
okay.
go. Nah, go. Your shit
Um,
way more interesting than mine.
As I told, because me and Drugs, we talk. We talk about taxes. We talk about vacations and big booty bitches. So we conversate.
Not to cut you off. I did hear about that. It was an article came out this week. I think either Yahoo or like CNN put that out. They was talking about how drugs and Mars, y'all niggas be talking and shit.
Yeah, we be talking. Yeah,
Bro, I
we
did
This
not
nigga's
know.
stupid, son.
groundbreaking shit. You know what I mean?
I didn't even knew. I honestly, I started
Bro,
this pod. I didn't even know y'all niggas knew each other, bro. Keeping it a
Bro,
buck.
it's the craziest
Nigga,
thing. We
nigga saw
Crazy.
it on CNN.
I think Stephen A might have reported that shit, bro. If I'm keeping it a buck, Stephen A might have been on there.
I think I seen it. He said they be talking. Oh yeah, they be talking. I heard him.
That nigga Mars and drugs be talking.
Yeah. I feel like yes, indeed, it was a mistake doing a stand up, right? For Chris Rock doing a stand up live on Netflix, which is like the weirdest thing ever. I felt like Chris Rock, PR's team, manager. I'm gonna relate this message to Biden, so maybe Biden can get in contact with you, dweebs. But that was bad. The stand up was
a
bad.
move, man.
But
Wait. The stand up was bad or the move was bad?
both.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I agree.
The message though was good. The message was good. I liked the message. Whatever message he tried to convey, I liked it. About because I felt like because the show, first off, his set is only like 25, 30 minutes. Right? Before he even comes on, he has this fucking Asian is the Asian Ryan Seacrest is
Okay, pause. Before you finish. I only seen the stand up. I didn't see any of the spectacle before.
Yeah, there was a whole like layout beforehand.
I remember.
Yes,
So we reported that. They said it was gonna be a whole like a show. It was a show.
It wasn't
only
a show.
seen the
It was
stand-up.
bullshit. It was bullshit. That's what it was.
Oh,
He had this Asian Ryan Seacrest come up there, right? And he's talking. Then he brings out Arsenio Hall, and Arsenio Hall, he's not really. He's funny, but in movie sense. You know what I mean? Then he had the Leslie chick, Arsenio.
Oh, Leslie Jones was there too.
Leslie Jones come up there and say her little, blah blah bleep, blah blah blah.
Shout out to Leslie Jones. She was.
And then Chris Rock comes up, and then he does his set.
My bad, bro. Leslie Jones. Shout out to Leslie Jones. She on Mayor of Kingstown. Shout out to Leslie.
And then she has Chris Rock comes up, and then after Chris Rock goes, they had like this fucking. Remember Walking Dead when they had like the show Talking Dead, like the post, like it was like that where they spoke about whatever the fuck just happened, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to Chris Hardwick. He did that Talking Dead. I actually fuck with Chris Hardwick. I'm off topic, but go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, I fuck with Chris too. I fuck with Chris
I
too.
fuck with Chris. Chris is a cool nigga.
Cool dude.
He knows his shit too.
They should have gave him sort of like a comedy interview special. Sort of like a 2020. You know what I mean?
Where it's like more just like him and the interviewer, or
him in the interview and somebody, have comedy aspects to it.
I want to see no interview, bro.
I feel like
I think he's trying to say like more so no crowd.
No crowd.
Him still being funny.
Right. And still keeping
more direct.
Being more direct. You
so it's like
a
tasteful, like a like a more
it's more intimate. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. See, now I might start to agree with this because
but nobody does interviews like that.
And I was gonna say, what would that be?
But that would be that's comedy though.
That would be fucking Barstool Sports Sunday Conversation with Caleb.
It would be like the R. Kelly shit. It would be like, you understand what I'm saying?
R. Kelly shit was supposed to be comedy though.
It was. Unfortunately, it was though.
Yo, not to cut you off. The R. Kelly, the funniest thing about that Gayle King and him interview, he was like, there was one part they said, I hog-tied somebody. I don't know how to hog-tie. How would I hog-tie? Bro.
That shit was comedy. That shit was comedy.
Bro,
It was
comedy,
comedy.
bro. But I feel you on that aspect.
They
It
shoulda
does
did something
seem
like
like he
that.
was forced. It seemed like he was.
Yeah,
I think
no. So what you gonna say?
this was his first. This was Chris Rock's first time in his history, in his career as a comedian, that he was against like a clock to put content out because it was like a topic that everybody wanted to hear from him about. But he was also trying to still do comedy at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like he had to actually write bits along with this Will Smith shit that happened.
He could have still. Let's listen. Comedians need to understand sometimes that you're funny. You're not funny because you do stand up. You're funny because you're funny.
Yeah.
Chris Rock is genuinely a funny guy.
And they gotta also understand that we love them.
Right.
For their comedy.
You could do an interview style situation where it could be comedy based, but also real shit. Because you sat there and you had a 25, 30-minute segment, and the last 5 minutes is what the fuck we tuned in for.
What
when
the
you could have had
majority tuned in for.
What we all tuned in for.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about none of them jokes about him fucking younger bitches or, blase, whatever he was waffling about. What is this guy?
Keon Cole was on there, and Ronnie Chang was the host. I just pulled it up right here.
Ronnie, who is that? Who is that?
I heard the name before, but I don't know who he is. As like,
who
I
is
can't
that?
think his face.
Who is that? Who? But anyway, he could have did an interview style and then had it. You know what I'm saying? Him and the interviewer play. He could have had Leslie Grace. You know what I'm saying?
Leslie Jones.
Leslie Jones. That's not Leslie Grace. Whatever.
Nancy Grace, nigga.
That should have been her name. Leslie Jones interview her. Or he could have had Arsenio Hall. All the niggas he had up there could have interviewed him.
I feel you. It could have been something more than a special, and then he just put another special out.
Right. Or he could have said, I got a special coming up. Because the guy, like I said, Chris Rock is one of those comedians where he works better on film than he does stand-up.
Whoa. I don't know about that. Chris Rock got legendary stand-ups, bro. Bigger and Blacker. Like.
Yeah, but they don't hold the candle to his movies, though.
What movies? Because I don't think he's the best movie guy. I think his stand-up is better than he performs in movies. So what movie would you say?
Okay.
Head of State.
Head of State. Honey.
What's the movie? What's the movie with when he died and came back
at a funeral? Oh, you talking about fuck.
That's at a funeral.
Down to Earth. Down to Earth is hilarious.
Right.
That's my favorite Chris Rock movie. I'm not gonna find. I'm mad.
I think I love my wife. That wasn't he can act, is what I'm saying. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay,
he can act.
What you mean. I see what
he
you mean.
can act.
But what you said was you would prefer the acting over his stand-up comedy?
Yes, I would. If he was able to do an interview style situation where he's acting and doing comedy at the same time, that shit would be brilliant.
Are you more of a fan of Chris's stand-up or
movies?
His acting?
It's acting.
Okay. So
it's acting.
I get it now.
It's acting. Bar none. It's acting.
I get it too. But you're not wrong in what you're saying because he is a beast in that category. But
it's amazing.
But on stage, you got to think he got to those movies because he was that nigga on stage.
Except for all of them was. Movie. That Saw movie was ass.
Yeah, Saw movie was horrible. But he acted.
Saw.
He was there. Saw.
He directed and acted in that shit.
Yeah, so
his acting isn't bad. His acting isn't bad.
Time out. Pause.
His acting is pretty bad, bro.
Let's pause this for the cause. Chris Rock was in a Saw.
Don't even match. Huh?
Yeah. See. Yeah. It's Chris Rock in the Saw. Yeah. I ain't nah.
You never saw.
I ain't never see this most recent one. Spiral? Is it called Spiral?
Something like that.
Yeah, it made $40 million at the box office. Samuel L. Jackson was in this shit too. Wow. Okay. Yeah. See, I missed this. I didn't know.
I feel like what was going on was a little more interesting than his acting in that one.
Chris Rock. Yeah. Facts. But Chris Rock, like I said, his stand up, it was horrible. So I feel like he should have went the route that I'm talking about because the
I
stand
don't
up was
think it
horrible.
was horrible though, bro.
He wasn't
Horrible is a
funny.
tough word. No, I
It was
laughed
horrible.
a lot watching this shit, bro. It was just
I ain't
the
gonna lie.
moments. It was
It wasn't funny.
moments. It was
I
like
was
we expected one
You know,
thing
when you
from him.
was you smiling or was you laughing?
No, I was laughing, bro. I mean, I might have had a little bit of I might have been under the influence, but I don't think that contributes to why I was laughing. I thought it
don't-
was funny, the certain parts that I laughed. So I was texting in a group when I was watching it. It was moments where I thought was super cringe, like, oh, I don't
nigga.
like
Right.
that.
For
But it was
me,
a
it
couple of moments
started
that I
off.
laughed too.
I couldn't finish it because it was just cringe from start to like wherever I cut
It
it
was
off.
a lot of cringe
His
moments.
style of
His-
comedy is not hitting anymore. His style is not hitting. It don't hit anymore. It's not the same.
That rocking.
Yeah, that rock ain't. It's not. It's not the same, bro.
I don't know, bro. It was the fit for me.
It was the
Bro
fit.
came out. Bro had like 4 different whites on. I was like,
It was the fight. It was the fit. It
Yeah,
was
the fit
also
was
his content.
ass.
it
Wasn't
looked like
you want?
he got wasted the night
Let's
before.
talk about this fit though. This fit was pretty fucking bad.
You want to know? All right, yeah, fit was horrible. And boots.
Bro, it looked like he's like a recovering drug addict, bro. And like
You want to know? You
he
want to know
got fucked up
why?
last night.
With the Prince
you-
chain.
You want to know why the stand was bad? Well, his jokes was bad, was cringe, because he based a whole stand up on his reply to Will Smith slapping him.
I don't agree with that.
How? That's really what it was, though.
I think that's
didn't-
what
it
the
was the-
story was. I
That
think
was the whole premise of it, bro. That was the name of the fucking stand up is about Will Smith. Selective Outrage.
Oh yeah.
so.
It was about Will Smith.
Let me offer you this pushback. As a creative, we all creatives. We all, now I mean, we creatives here. I don't think it was all about Will Smith because
That moment, you mean not Will.
yeah,
The moment.
I think that's what you should say. It was about the
Alright.
moment.
It was
The
about
focus,
the
the focus
whole
of it.
shit. The whole shit.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think
Because
you
if-
gotta think about
go
this,
ahead.
bro. Before you finish, I think he had inspiration that was focused on this moment. I
My
think
nigga.
he might have had jokes and bits that he was working on before that he just melted together for this special. That everybody was looking to this special for his response. So whatever you watched and came after and like thought about it, it was gonna be pertaining to the Will Smith shit. I think he was touring. He was actually on tour before the Will Smith shit happened. So that means he was working out other bits. I just think this overshadowed what he might have actually been going for, and then it made it the focus. But I don't think it was what his special was about.
Nah,
If
bro.
he-
I think the nigga ain't have no real concept. I think Mars is right in what he's saying. I think the nigga had no true concept or like nothing really to follow for this special.
Yep.
And he knew everybody
Because if he-
wanted to
if-
hear about something.
Exactly.
So
Because
he called
if
it
he, okay,
that-
sorry, finish.
so he could kind of spiral off and go everywhere with that shit. Bro, if you look at the jokes that he was saying in that special, a lot of them shit, not even that it was bad. It just, some of it was just like, it seemed outdated. It was just like, bro, what did you?
When I was
You-
watching it, I did feel like I felt uncomfortable in a way. You know that uncomfortable feeling when you might be around a friend or family, somebody you love. I'm gonna put love on this. I'm gonna say love, and not love in the aspect of like, oh, I'm in love with you. Just love in terms of a human aspect to somebody you might appreciate what they do. Like I love Kid Cudi. I don't love the nigga as a person. I don't know the nigga, but I love what he does. I think it was that cringe feeling because you fuck with Christian. You were like, oh, I see what
Yes.
you try to do there as a creative, but bro, that didn't work.
If he
Bro,
if he
he
had if he really had content, he wouldn't have had all them niggas up there before him. He'd have gave us a straight Chris Rock hour special.
And he
Yeah,
would have came
I didn't
out.
see that, so like I can't attest to any of that. I
And
didn't.
he
Right,
see
would have
that's-
came out in a fly ass suit, nigga.
Right. Look at Dave Chappelle.
I think if he just
Look at-
came out
look
in
at-
a
look at-
suit, it would have been
look-
way
look at-
better than what he did.
Look at
Like,
look at
that
Dave
white
Chappelle's
shit wasn't
stand-up.
cool at all.
Look
Bro,
at Dave's
that's what I'm
stand-up.
saying.
He had
That's
his stand up is just straight. Dave comes out. says a joke for an hour and a half or an hour, and he goes about his way. That's a special.
I don't think
What
you could
did-
judge him over the live aspect though, because this was something new that he was trying. He was getting. Gotta think he was getting a bag from this. At the end of the day.
Right. But you gotta put some bullshit around the main topic of your situation. So that's why he.
What would you
that's
prefer
why
that he had in like the opening and all of that other stuff?
I would prefer if he just came out and said jokes. I would have appreciated it more. Even if this shit was trash for a whole hour until he got to the Will Smith shit.
If he had the same exact show
as a comedian, because you had all these people up here, right? That necessarily was really just talking about him the whole entire time. You understand what I'm saying? That's all they were doing. They were just bigging up Chris Rock the whole time.
Yeah, I can't. I didn't see it, so I can't.
I was like,
of
where the
loop.
fuck is this nigga at? Where the fuck is this? I said he came out and then after he said the Will Smith shit,
Take that outside of the realm of what you watch from the special and the comedy to stand up in its own. Do you? Because I'm giving you my experience. I only watched it with just watching Chris Rock. I didn't see the rest, so I don't even know who was there, what happened. I know we reported it and we just talked about it, but I didn't see none of that shit. Do you think that took away from what his comedy did, or do you think the comedy was just terrible to the point where
that made it worse?
Oh, okay.
That made it 10 times worse. The fact that you had all these people before you come out and speak on you. Yeah, they had little jokes here and there, but the main topic was Chris Rock with every person that came out.
I honestly think that might have been like a last minute thing where they might not have even known what they wanted to do with that. He probably was just like, yo, I know these
he didn't know.
comedians. We're going to do like this kind of a roast, but I just want to
It wasn't a roast. Spectacle. It wasn't a roast because they was bigging them up. It wasn't a roast.
Opposite of a roast. A toast. Yeah, they made a toast.
Yeah, it was. That's really what it was. It made it was for you to go.
I'm not against that though, bro. Like with the context of what happened, I'm not against that because like he was doing a live shit. Like you gotta feel it. That's like if we like next week we want to do a live show, right? If we have people that tune in at the beginning of the day and we don't have nothing to fill in that time, we would want something to be in there.
But my
we're not gonna have all the control over what goes there.
But all right, put it like this: Cat Williams, right? He has stand-up specials, right? He has his group go out before him, and then he comes out for that hour and a half.
I feel that, and I think that's probably because I didn't see it.
The fact that you had people come out and you only gave niggas 25 minutes of content, and then after the Will Smith shit, it was like you dropped a bomb after you did the Will Smith shit.
He gave more than 25 minutes, Brody.
Bro, it was like 30 minutes, bro. It wasn't less. It was no. Yes, it was, bro.
I watched the whole hour special, but what are you talking about? 30 minutes?
He wasn't talking for no hour?
Bro, I watched a special that was just Chris Rock for an hour. I know.
Yo, I know y'all could just pull it up and see.
I'm about to say, like, how it's not 30 minutes.
Y'all was about to go back and forth like it's not up there.
Hold on. Chris Rock, what would I search? Selective Outrage. That's why I hate using the internet, bro. This shit got me clicking mad shit.
Man, what the hell was that?
I don't know. That looked like fucking Faison Love or Saucy Santana or something. Chris Runtime. Chris
1 hour.
Oh.
It was 1 hour?
It was 1 hour.
Look, 1 hour and 9 minutes. Yeah. I don't think that's included in the pre-show, bro, because I did not see the pre-show. And when I put Netflix
I didn't see it either.
Yeah. Bro, when I put Netflix on, I remember before I watched it, because anything I watch nowadays, I check to see what the runtime is because I'm doing other shit.
I watched it live.
I didn't even know what the because when y'all was talking about it, I was like, wait, huh? Who came?
Yeah, I didn't see none of that shit. I'm gonna tell you, Mars, you seen the live shit? You seen something different.
I'm literally on Netflix right now, scrolling to it. Okay, it was an hour. I'm wrong, but the live show
was probably like 2 hours. It was probably like a whole hour before he came on.
Yeah. So he did the Cat Williams thing.
So that's what I'm saying. With that context, I can't blame him, bro. Like, if you just need to fill time, bro, you just need niggas to come out that love you, that support you, that fuck with you, that's not gonna talk shit. Like, this is my live show. I need to put somebody before me that's gonna big me up. Cause you gotta think, I go to a lot of comedy shows. The openers, the head act, the host, their job is to big the headliner up. They there, even when it comes to music. They dare to, yo, y'all ready to see Drake? Y'all ready to see Drake? And then they go in between their songs, but the purpose of them being there is to big up the artists that people are there to see. You gotta think, people paid to be there to see them. We didn't pay for Netflix to see him, but we pay Netflix every month to see whatever we want. So technically, we paid to see Chris Rock. So it's like, yeah, you want to give people, and especially being live. This was something that never happened. We want to see a little bit of a show. Something. I agree, it might have been the wrong people, and I agree with you on that, but I can't fault him for that shit. But anyway, ultimately, I thought the special was for Chris Rock. I put Chris Rock as one of the GOATs. I got Chappelle up there. I got Chris Rock up there. I got Bill Burr up there. And for me, speaking personally, that's where that shit ends. I got other people that's fire. Don't get me wrong. I love a lot of other comedians, but GOATs for what I like and what they do, Chris Rock, Bill Burr, Dave Chappelle. If somebody else, I can't say. For niggas like that, I gotta give them the benefit of the doubt as a creator, bro. And the fact that he did this live shit and the story, look, we could go to news. The biggest news is him fucking the joke up at the end. And that's because this whole topic started of he shouldn't have done it live. I think that's where we
I don't think he should have done a stand up at all.
And I think that's where we all agree. No, I think he should have done a stand up. I think maybe he should have done it on his own time. It seems like Netflix gave him a bag and a deadline and he had to make something. Imagine music is a little different because we could create, but if your life and your story doesn't really, because his life and his story is his art nowadays. If that doesn't turn out and create itself, it's hard to create something. But if you're on a time schedule, you got to put whatever out. So I don't blame him. It wasn't my favorite Chris Rock special. I didn't like a lot of it. It was mad cringe in most parts. But I still fuck with it because it's Chris Rock. Like, right now I'm looking, this shit says 7 out of 10. I would say that. It passed, but in terms of Chris Rock, I don't know. That's my take. For Chris Rock, it was terrible. For a comedy special, I enjoyed it. I don't know.
I turned it off to sleep.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't.
Never went back to it.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it.
No,
like that
no disrespect to Chris though. Fuck with Chris though, but
niggas don't fuck with Brooklyn. Movie, that's Bed-Stuy, bro.
That in the Soul movie, son. I don't know.
See, the Saw movie. Let's not even talk about what you talking. Saw? What's that?
And the nigga bit off Nas shit.
Ah, man.
Yeah, I wasn't really feeling that shit, especially the fact that the jokes wasn't landing, and you know what I mean. It just the Will Smith shit. That's the best part of the fucking whole segment. Was me talking about
critic.
I'm not a tough critic. Listen. I held these niggas.
You should have known that. Y'all niggas remember the Little Mermaid discussion?
And I was right. And that was fucking right. And that was fucking right.
Nigga, the movie didn't even come out yet.
Nah, you wanna know why I was right? What did I say? What did I say? I said they not even gonna give niggas a full look, a real look on how the fish and the crab is. What the fuck did they do? They showed pictures of the crab and the fish, and they gave niggas a real crab. They ain't even give niggas an animated version of the crab from the shit. They gave you a real crab talking.
That shit probably would have looked bad Sesame Street-ish.
I can't believe we back on the Little Mermaid topic, but goddamn, that's funny.
Bro, imagine that shit. That shit would have looked like Sesame Street, son.
Bro, but then peep though. Look
underwater too.
Right, but that's the whole shit of Disney though, right? Because look, what was one of the worst live action films of all time? Lion King. Why? Because y'all niggas showed real
They put Childish
lions.
Gambino in that shit.
They put real lions though. No emotion. Them
I
shits
fuck
ain't
with
have no
Bino. I'm
emotion.
sorry.
There was no emotion in them lions' faces.
How can
None.
you get emotion in CGI?
What you mean? How can you get? Have you not seen How to Train Your Dragon? Have you not seen Shrek? Have you not
Hey,
seen?
chill out. You see, I ain't know that. I knew it was CG, but I ain't think about that. Yeah, you're right.
Come on, bro. Come on. What we talking about here?
But no,
Ain't no
I'm
buts.
not giving you that. It's this butts. There's big butts.
Yeah,
There's
only
huge
the
butts.
biggest. Only the biggest.
There's fucking Meg the Stallion size butts.
Let me hear the butt.
That was an animated only. This is animated with
Live action. Right. So
It-
it's like Sonic. It's like, is it not like Sonic, or is it not like the Smurfs movies?
Hey.
Just say it.
Let's not compare. Let's just go off of the technology that exists right now. I think there's a difference with technology in CGI with live action in the same movie. I think there may
it's
be
not.
limitations, bro.
No, it's not. It's not though, because we got Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails fighting Dr. Eggman in a big ass robot with Sonic going Super Saiyan Sonic in a live action movie. But it was.
You're right, man. God damn. Fuck.
Yeah. So that just goes to show that they wanted to do that bullshit to do that bullshit. That's it. Why the fuck does the crab look like a real fucking crab? Why you couldn't have? I'm afraid to see what Ursula gonna look like. I might throw up.
Ursula is Melissa McCarthy, and I want to stop using that hate word. I'm not the fan. I'm not a big fan of Melissa McCarthy.
Keep using that shit, bro.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not a fan of this bitch. Tammy, trash. Identity. I hate Melissa McCarthy.
It's okay. It's okay.
I said it. Her movies, I just think this, and it's not her. It's not her talent. None of that. This is what I hate, and this might have been part of my take from early on in this pod. I don't like creators that are like given, like they're placed in the opportunity. Like, here you go, you can do this movie. You can do like Melissa McCarthy, and I don't know if she was great before she got put into this position. She just seemed like the actor in Hollywood where they just gave her the chance to make these movies. She was in Bridesmaids. They gave her Tammy. They gave her opportunities in movies to just do her as her personality. But we don't really like that personality because it's not funny. We don't fuck with that shit. The masses in the country, not even just a black or white thing. In comedy, we don't like that. That shit is corny. That's like a fucking glorified. What's the blonde bitch name? Amy Schumer. The fuck is her name? We don't like that shit, bro. Like, white America might like that shit, and that might be why she's successful. We don't like the average, and this is not a white or black thing. The average consumer of content and comedy don't like that shit, bro. It's hack shit. We don't like that shit.
I don't watch.
That's what I think about it.
I haven't watched anything with Melissa McCarthy in it, I believe, besides Identity Thief. Only because
Identity Thief. And this you seen
Ghostbusters.
I think I've seen
40.
That,
Ghostbusters.
that Thunder Force shit. I think I seen a little bit of that.
I ain't seen no
didn't see the whole
Ghostbusters.
thing.
I definitely did not watch Thunder Force because I knew it was gonna be bullshit. Because look at what the fucking cover looks like, bro. These two Olivia Spencer is another one of them actors. She's a black woman, but I believe the same thing about her.
From what I remember, it wasn't like a, it's you kind of expect, you kind of get, what you get when you watching certain movies. Like, it's not, some movies is not.
Yeah, you got Hollywood actors and you got actors. I think that's probably where I'm faulting her. She's a Hollywood actor. She's not an actor in terms of she's not a Lady Gaga. And when in terms of she went to LaGuardia High School of Arts, she was in the shit from the beginning to where it's her life. To like us with music, we believe in fuck with this shit to like in our soul. She might have just been somebody that's just doing it for a job. Hey, I can't fault you for that. Do your fucking job. But you trash though. Tammy was ass. How did we
She
even
was.
get here? We was talking
She
about
was.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, shout
Chris
out to
Rock to
Chris,
Melissa
though.
McCarthy is crazy.
That
Melissa
last joke.
McCarthy, you ass.
Yo, Chris, man, just stick to one white, bro. What is that, bro?
Yeah, that fit was.
What is that, bro? Like that shit literally looked like he got wasted the night before, and he was just like, "Yo, niggas called him, yo, Chris,
Yo,
yo,
pull up, Brody. We wilding
yo,
right
get
now.
up, man, get up, man. You got a special today." Yeah, I'm up,
I'm
man.
up, man. I'm up. Bad fit, bro. Like, Chris Rock normally, you know what fucked it up the most? That black belt.
And he had a black. What are you doing?
Look at bro.
What are you? What you just ran out of H&M?
This is our guy. He definitely went to H&M on 34th before he put this fit on. And then you gotta think Chris Rock be putting on suits and shit. What made him do this?
Where was this special at?
Baltimore, nigga.
Yeah, he definitely stopped at the city or
He
something.
was with Bodie dressed this nigga for this shit. We could honestly say we figured out Bodie from The Wire dressed Chris Rock in his outfit
That's
for his
crazy.
Selective Outrage special. It was Bodie.
On Google, they got this still frame shot of Will just whoop out, son.
Slapping that nigga. It's
Don't
so crazy. I don't care about none of that shit, bro.
keep
Niggas
my
get slapped.
wife name. Yo, that nigga real. He was serious, bro.
Yeah,
That
he
was
meant that.
live. That was live TV, boy, at the award show, son. Nah, that's crazy times, bro. It's crazy times.
Yeah, you're right. I remember when I got that clip. My sister sent it to me. Shout out to my sis.
Yo, we just slapped, son, boy. Like on
We
some
had a
like
pod back then, bro. Remember, bro? We got a
I
clip about
know,
that.
boy, but it's
But
just crazy
yeah,
when
it
you
was
think about
wild.
that. Like he just walked up there on some cool shit, like he was accepting an award, boy. Like nigga started fastening his suit and shit. I'm like, oh shit, wait, what's going on? Boy, whoop son. On some movie shit. And then
Nigga
like
hit him with a
and then he just turned around slow, like it was
and
a
then fix
movie.
his suit on the walk off, just and
Like it
then
was a
left.
movie, son. Like, yo,
These actors,
bro.
nigga, these acting niggas be good, bro. These
Yeah, they
niggas be
good,
good.
man. They good, man. They good.
They be good. You see, yo, we see Michael B. Jordan, Creed 3, we see.
Yeah. I don't think Chris gonna talk about his wife again though.
Yeah, Chris. He did in the special briefly, but it might
He
be the
called
end
her
of
a
that.
bitch.
So he did call her a bitch, right? I heard people trying to say
Oh,
well,
shit.
he didn't call her a bitch. I heard him call her a bitch.
He called her a
What he said?
bitch, nigga.
Why are people trying to
He
act
said
like
that
he didn't
bitch.
say that shit?
He said
What he
that
said?
bitch. He said that bitch. He referred to her as a bitch. Like he
He
didn't call her.
said that bitch. I remember. Why are people trying to act like that didn't happen? I've seen a couple of people on pods on the internet try to act like, well, at least he didn't say anything. Like he didn't call her a bitch. He only called what he called. He started the whole bitch bit with Jada. Why am I feeling like I'm wilding? I'm
I don't know
glad
if
you
I heard
mentioned
that.
it.
Yeah, he called her a bitch.
I might have
I remember because I felt a way when he said it. I was like, oh, just because anytime you call a woman a bitch, I be feeling a way. But in that context, I don't know. Maybe I'm bugging. Maybe we bugging, bro. Maybe I'll watch it again and see he didn't say it. Maybe they edited it out.
Mhm.
I remember him calling her a bitch, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah.
It's wild. Shout out to Chris Rock though, man. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan. I heard Creed 3 did really well. I might go see that shit tonight. Actually, I might go to the movie. Check it out.
What the hell? How we get to Michael B. Jordan?
Oh, we was talking about just actors. It was a transition back in
Man,
the gap, but I don't remember now.
man, shout out to Chris, man. This is
Shout out to
about Chris.
Shout out to Chris, man. Chris, we love you, bro.
Yeah, but that special man, yeah. What we
I
got
don't think
next?
it was terrible, but it wasn't a Chris Rock special, man. Like,
Yeah, Son came out like he was a rapper. Like,
I think if he would have had a different fit, it might have been a little bit better.
man, a different approach.
Yeah, the approaches. Yeah, it was.
Nigga approached the shit like he was a rapper. Like he was ready to. He was about to perform a song. He was about to diss him and shit.
Nigga
Like,
came out like he was about to perform. Go, go, go,
yeah, you
go,
didn't even have
go.
no shades on.
Go, shawty.
Bro, you didn't even do it
Crazy.
right. His shirt. I swear his shirt was wrinkled, or his jeans. Something was wrinkled. I remember.
Just wasn't
Bad,
it, man.
bad.
Chris, we love you. We don't. Everybody don't hate Chris, but we hated that special. That's the bit. That's the clip right there. Well, y'all fellas want to go to? You want to get into these TV? Oh, actually, yo, Mars. Actually, no. We're gonna clean all of this shit up. Don't even worry. Y'all want to get into TV and movies from here? I mean, we
Yeah,
got
nigga.
so many TV shows.
Yeah, son.
I don't want to bite off of Nas shit, but Your Honor.
Come on.
Your Honor is a great motherfucking show. Yo, Mars, why the fuck
on.
haven't you still? We went through a whole podcast, whole season of this show, and Mars still hasn't watched this shit.
'Cause I don't have Showtime.
Nigga, I don't have Showtime either. You think I ain't been watching this shit?
I don't
PS5?
got Paramount, and I watch Mayor of Kings.
Cause y'all niggas have Xbox, so y'all can have the internet service. I have a PS5. They don't have no internet shit on here.
It's not an excuse. Oh, you don't have an internet browser?
Yeah, not on the PS5.
Because that
I
shit is
watch
ass, nigga. Like,
It's not ass. It's about games. It ain't about the
Go
fucking
watch it.
internet.
You can watch it on your phone.
yo, bro, we've been watching mad of these episodes on the Discord. Because that's not an excuse nowadays. But, however, very disappointed in you, my brother. Your Honor is one of them shows. I might be disappointed in any listener that has not watched Your Honor up to this point. If you fuck with Bryan Cranston from Breaking Bad, at the very least, you would give him the opportunity and the, you know what I mean, and the chance to see what he's doing on this show. And man, he's not even like the star. He's not the star of this shit.
Yeah.
He was written as the star, but he's not that anymore. Your Honor, season 2, Brody, episode 9.
How you feel about
Man.
this episode?
Bro, I feel
How
about
you
this
feel about this whole
episode.
season up until now?
Yeah, exactly. I feel about this season and this episode. They've been bugging, bro. They made this episode, I mean, this season way better than the introduction to the show. You got to think what we were introduced to the show about. That sucked us
that
in.
was
Pause.
that was more so of. But the first season felt like an introduction. Now that I look back at it,
Yeah,
like,
for sure. But
it literally felt like.
the
everything was being
introduction
introduced.
was amazing.
Yeah.
So that can't be taken away from it. But I agree. This season 2, they've been bugging. Like, they went away from that whole, we're going to introduce you to the... They did the show the right way in season 1. They introduced you to the characters. They gave us character development. They gave us trauma. They gave us mad shit to where you could pick a side. You could do whatever you wanted to do and when you're watching the show. And you sucked in now. Season 2,
Yeah.
they added on to that, but now gave us layers to a story that they already built upon in the first season.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We see this recent episode 9, season 2. We see the boy, Eugene. My man is on trial. He's on trial right now. We see Gina and her pops, Gina Baxter, Jimmy's wife. They headed to the trial. They in the car. She in with the pops. The pops is like, yo, why Jimmy? Where the fuck is Jimmy? Why Jimmy not here? What the fuck?
Right.
And she's like, yo, fuck Jimmy. She basically said, fuck Jimmy. The pops is like, yo, he's the head of the family. She's like, yo, he shouldn't be the head of this family. And basically, that is just more of what we anticipated at the beginning of this season that was going to happen. She not fucking with bro no more. Now they literally living together apart. You know what I mean? We got that whole situation. We got I wrote down some random notes. Judge Thomas Ducey was funny. Homie who was the judge that was presiding over the case, my man last name was Ducey. I thought that was funny as hell. But we see Jimmy, you know what I mean? We see Michael and Jimmy in the car. They headed to the Baxter district. We see Jimmy and Michael getting cozied up, but we know Michael, he not a dumb nigga, so he's skeptical of everything. He know whatever Jimmy is doing, it gotta come with like consequences. He's not a dummy. So throughout this whole time, Jimmy is trying to get Mike to be on his side. We're both grandfathers. He tells Mike in the car, "Hey, you have any recent photos of our grandson?" And Mike is like, "I do, but this is kind of weird, bro. Like, what the fuck are you? You tried to kill like me in a couple of seasons ago, but we see that, and then eventually we see Mike and Jimmy. Jimmy comes to him once they get there. He tries to offer him a job. Mike is skeptical because he knows Jimmy is a gangster and what he's into, and Mike is just not with it. What do you think, bro? There's so much that happens in this episode, but I think we get to a point where a lot is displayed and unfolded to where we can see what the season finale is probably going to be about.
Yeah.
What do you think about overall the show and this season in general? I think this season has been amazing, better than the first, but they did a good job because the first season could have ended as just like a one-off series. They could have ended it like that, but the writers got back in the booth and they penned some shit. So what you think?
I think this shit could go a good, strong 4 seasons, to be honest.
4 or 5, hell yeah, it could go. It could go like a Breaking Bad and then have spin-off.
Probably will. It probably
if
will.
I'm keeping the buck, the actors they have in it, they don't have any actor that's terrible. Let's start with that.
Right.
A lot of shows we watch that we just watch because we fuck with the people that make them. The acting be shit. Niggas be shit in the bed with the acting. This Your Honor, they got award winners on this shit.
Yeah, somebody gonna get a big awards on this show. But the situation with Big Mo and the Desire Crew
and Lil Mo.
Right, Lil Mo. I think it was interesting how it like turned out because they try to give off that Big Mo she might be finally gone or
they thought she was too in love with her bitch.
Right.
Yeah.
And nigga, they flipped on Chris during that deal. Like, that's crazy.
I didn't see that coming, bro.
Me either.
Wow. So we see Big Mo and Lil Mo and Chris are together at this point. That's all we seen. We ain't seen Big Mo and Lil Mo together because we know how they fell out. But now Chris got set up. You know what I mean? He got set up by Lil Mo. He thought he was... It's fucked up getting killed when you think you going to kill the other motherfucker, bro. He thought they was going there to go set it on Big Mo. He thought the Big Mo is Lil Mo's aunt, huh? That's his auntie, right? Or am I bugging on that?
Yeah, that's
his auntie.
Yeah, that's aunt.
His aunt. Word. You never see family turn each other in these shows, and we should have known, guaranteed. But then you see Lil Mo tell, I think he told Chris and he told Big Mo this shit. Yo, when I got into this Desire shit, it was blood in, blood out almost. That was like foreshadowing to show us. Although we seen he was a part of how her club got fucked up, but I'm not gonna turn my back against her. I just want to teach her a lesson. And we seen that lesson was taught. She took it in. She realized, oh shit, Lil Mo is probably a little bit more than I thought he was. She started respecting him more, and that's why I think they were able to end up in that scene with Chris, where what ultimately happened to bro happened.
Yeah.
I got some standout lines from the show that I thought was pretty fucking cool. Jimmy, because you got to think Jimmy, Baxter, Michael, Desiato, the judge, Bryan Cranston pulls up on him at the hotel, and I think Jimmy's assistant comes in and is like, Michael wants to see you or some shit like that. Michael comes in and they're talking. He excuses Carlo, the son. So it's just Jimmy and Michael talking, and I had a standout line. This nigga Jimmy told Michael in reference to what happened to Frankie. He was like, "Yeah, my assistant for 14 years. I recently furloughed my right hand man." He basically told that nigga like, "Yo, yeah, we got rid of him." It's funny he used the word furlough because furlough is, I think it refers to, if I'm going by definition, is when you're in prison and for some reason you're able to get out for like a certain amount of time to go do some shit.
Yeah.
I remember watching Orange is the New Black, and Shorty in that had like a furlough to where she was able to leave jail, go do regular life shit, but then had to come back to jail. Saying you furloughed somebody, but you killed their ass is gangster. And this is what getting up to the ultimate thing about the show. I think Jimmy is a real gangster, but he has morals. His wife and his father-in-law, that family, the mobsters, which was the mob in New Orleans, where Jimmy came in underneath, and he's now trying to make his own the Baxter District. He's trying to make an official, legitimate business. I think Jimmy came in it trying to make money. These niggas came in it on some like gangster, dumb, ignorant nigga shit. Like, yo, we just in here trying to kill. We trying to be the strongest. It's like, yo, that don't get you nowhere. But Jimmy is on some, I'm going to use you. Also, you're my family, but I know this is going to get my name out there. And we seen it. It actually did. Kind of crazy. This show is amazing, though.
Yeah, man. It's only getting better.
Slowly getting better. We got one episode left, bro.
Yeah, I'm even more tuned in, obviously, because I've kind of put the pieces together a little bit, but
yeah, we figured that out on the pod early on.
Yeah, but I'm just interested in seeing how how
where it
everything
ends
else
up.
fall into place. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And you gotta think, we only got one episode left, bro. What could happen in one episode? Like, they could do a lot, but they could also drop the ball.
Listen, just from watching Mayor Kingstown, I learned that a lot can go wrong in one finale episode.
Oh, so you finished season 2?
There's only 8 episodes this season.
No, I think it might be 10 again. I think they just finished episode 9. I think it's because you gotta think, we caught on to that show after the fact. It's still on TV, aka streaming right now. So I think they got one more episode coming out.
What day does it stream? Like, what day does
I don't know, bro. No idea. I just be watching. No idea when that shit comes out.
that show is insane.
Mayor of Kingstown. This is a crack in the 80s, drugs, 5-2 recommendation. Please check that out. Great show. We may do some more content on the YouTube in relations to that show, but just check that show out. It's coming to the end. Pretty sure it's going to be a 3rd season because it's an amazing show. They're not just going to end it. So check that out. That's a recommendation. We're not going to get too much into a deep dive about it, but y'all should definitely check that out. For sure. Quick. Let's get into The Last of Us, man. The Last of Us episode 8 was that? I believe that was episode 8.
Yep.
The Last of Us episode 8.
Crazy.
Let me pull my notes up. Mars, I definitely needed a lot of commentary from you off of this, just based off of we got one episode left. And I wanted to see how much the show correlates to the video game. You know what I mean? Up to this point, you've been giving us the scoop in terms of what this episode the show has been. This episode is called When We Are in Need. Before we get into it, I wanted to ask, and maybe this is probably a question of it should be enough. Mars, I want to ask you, being somebody that played the video games, you know what I mean? You put us on to the show, the game, knowing that it was coming out. Is the pacing of the show in line with how the video game goes?
As
And
far as how moments happen, yeah. Because
so in terms of how we see the show, we see them one episode, some shit happens, and then the next episode they're traveling. Because we gotta understand, they're traveling throughout this entire show. Is the pacing similar to the video game?
Yeah.
Wow. See, that makes it even better. So, like, in terms of, let's say, episode 1 to 2, we got one thing that happens and it translates into another episode of the season. When you're playing the video game, how does that go? When you're traveling, let's say the traveling aspect.
The only thing the show doesn't have that the game has, what makes the game longer, is fighting a lot of people in clickers. That's the only thing.
In between the traveling.
Right, in between the traveling. That's it.
Okay, so it's kind of like a Final Fantasy or Pokemon where you just in the tall grass and Pokemon disappear type shit for the video game?
All right, for instance, right? I'm going to use what episode can I use? Perfect thing. The scene where they got to that city before they met the brothers, right? And
that was left behind. That was left behind. That was the last episode. Yeah.
No.
Six. It was the episode before the last episode when Ellie finally popped the nigga. I think that was the episode you talking about.
No, the episode. Yeah, that was like 2 episodes ago. That was before they found the brothers. It was right during the time they found the brothers, right? When they crashed the V, right? They crashed to that spot. You had to kill mad niggas because it was a bunch of niggas trying to kill you.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Even down to the scene where when Joe went to go get the sniper nigga. On your way to the crib to get the sniper nigga, you had to kill niggas to get to that crib. Once you got in the
was not people or infected?
People. The infected came at the end when you had to shoot to protect Ellie and the brothers. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But you know what I'm saying?
That was my one question.
Even down to when they was in the show, Tess died to clickers. In the game, she sacrificed herself to a bunch of Ravager motherfuckers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she was bitten on top of that. That's why she went out with a bang. She's like, fuck it, I'm already bit.
Word.
So I'm gonna just bang it out with these niggas. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that just goes to the budget. I'm pretty sure if they had a bigger budget on the show with more money, I guess they focused the budget on more of locations because that's what matters. Because like I said, the locations, even in this episode that we just seen, nigga, the location was perfect. It's spot on. The shit look how the game look, nigga. Ain't no second guessing that shit. The shit look how the game look.
And that was my only question, because up to this point, you have said, and I've seen a lot of talk online and comparisons that is hand in hand. My only thing that I had a question about was like the pacing of the game, because you play these games as much as these scenes are happening.
The pacing is right. Like when they got to like.
Well, hold on. Let me just get this out. But when we playing games and we watching it like a rendition of a show, when we playing a game, we know the pacing goes off of how we play it. You know what I mean? We might want to be playing GTA. We may not follow the final mission all the time, but we just might be out there fucking around. My question was, and you answered it, and that's why I think it's an amazing show, was the pacing of the game and the story that they're telling goes hand in hand with the story that is being told in the video game as well. That's kind of fucking insane, bro.
Yeah.
I know people that played the video game because they love the fucking show so much.
Oh, well, lucky them, but I played
as opposed
that
to the opposite. Word.
Yeah, I played that shit 3 times, so.
But just getting back to the episode, so also this episode we see, you know what I mean? This is the episode with Pastor David. I don't know if you know if he's called Pastor David, but he's considered like a pastor in terms of what he's doing out there. He's a cult leader at the end of the day. He has a cult. People fuck with him. And whatever he say goes type shit. We've seen the introduction to when he's talking to them at the beginning of the episode, and it seems really cool. And then you see the other side to it when he's in his congregation and he's slapping bitches and shit.
It's so
Slapping them
funny because I feel like the casual viewer or watcher, fan, whatever, watching that show, that specific scene when Ellie, or like situation where Ellie is like, she's like not giving in to
Yeah,
Son.
Ellie's a fucking gangster, bro. When he caught her and he got her locked up and shit, and he's trying to get information from her, but she's basically telling him, "Suck my dick, nigga."
Yeah, I feel like one of those people will probably be like, they probably question that, like, yo, why she wilding on Son? Like, what, like the nigga could
Yeah,
actually be trying to help, like,
hell,
the nigga, but nah, nigga, you got to think Ellie's been around in that time for a little while now, so she's
Ellie,
experienced how people are and what they
Ellie
capable
broke
of.
this nigga finger and told him, "Yo, tell them," because he was asking her name. Remember, she didn't want to tell him her name,
Right.
and then he finally she broke the nigga finger and was like, "Yo, tell him it's Ellie." And he like, huh? So like, yo, tell him that Ellie is the little girl that broke your fucking finger, you bitch ass nigga. Ellie is that bitch, boy. I fuck with Ellie from the beginning, and I still fuck with Ellie, bro. Ellie is that bitch. Badass.
Fun fact: the nigga that was with David, the light skinned nigga that Ellie, the white dude that Ellie killed when she was on the table.
Yeah. I mean, he's
That's Troy.
him up.
That's Troy Baker. He voices Joel in the games.
Wow. Well, so that was the next part I was getting to. Ellie caught another body. Big body this time. Huge body. She
Just like the games, how you had to run away from Sun inside the burning diner. Just like the games.
That's insane. I gotta play this fucking game. Drugs,
Yeah.
what you said? She fish filleted this nigga. She chopped him up, put him in a patty. She fucking what she order? Fish fillet. She chopped that nigga up, boy. Had that nigga beat to a pulp on the ground.
Yeah, it got a little crazy.
Yeah. To end it, we see the end after they reunite Ellie and Joel. We see Joel call Ellie baby girl for the first time, where you can see he's relating to her as more of a father figure than just a protector. He thinks she's his daughter at this point. Him calling her baby girl was like, yo, damn. I ain't front, that shit kind of like made me sad in a way. Cause we gotta understand, he started this whole journey with his fucking daughter dying.
Yeah.
And now he's on a journey with another child, probably similar in age, that he didn't really fuck with, cause fuck you, my daughter died. I ain't taking care of no other nigga baby. I ain't taking care of no child right now. But then they get connected because they just trying to survive. Him calling her baby girl, and when they shared that hug, I was just like, man, this show is amazing. Shout out to HBO. Mars, what is any of that? Is that still, or is all of that like right? Like, is it all him? Damn.
Or Joe actually saves her inside the restaurant. Like he goes inside the building. Because you're like going back and forth in the game. You know what I'm saying? You're playing as Joel trying to figure, because let me tell you something, after she healed him or whatever, she took care of him, she went actually no, I'm gonna tell you how to break down in the game. There's a little differences between the game and the movie in the show this episode. When Ellie meets up with them niggas the first time, you have to hang out with that nigga and kill mad clickers because they come in. Remember when she was waiting for the medicine in that little spot, that little shit. that was spot on how the location looked that you was in with Son when you had to kill a whole bunch of clickers. So you have like you know what I'm saying? So, but then
No,
she
it's just
dips
like
off.
video game shit. They just got adversity for you to fight in that setting. That's fire though, because I wouldn't expect them to show that in a show, because that's overkill. But that's still fire that they had to set. That's fire, bro.
Yeah. So then she dips off. They follow her back, and same situation how it happened, and she gets shot off the horse and all that shit. You know what I mean? They take her, but Joel, he's feeling better as soon as she gets captured. You wake up as Joel, you're like, oh shit, I'm good, I'm valid. Then you go on that hunt. You feel what I'm saying? Then you have the interrogation scene like how you had in the game in the show. You had that in the game. Ball for ball, flow the whole ball, whole shit, flow for flow, ball for ball. With the knife in Son leg and tell him this shit better match up what he said. Blah blah blah. Yeah, but it's snowing crazy in the game though. The snow was way more. It was snowing a lot in the show, but the snow in the game was ridiculous. You couldn't even see a nigga from far away. But yeah, same shit. Because how it happens, there's certain time skips. You get what I'm saying? Like when them travel
in the game too.
Yeah, there's certain time skips. Like from when they go.
See, that was part. Not to cut you off. That was part of my question and asking.
Yeah,
the,
like for instance, like
the spacing of the time and the pacing.
Like from when you go from after they find out nothing at the fire blaze or whatever that situation happens. It's been like a month where they got to that little house shit where because Joe was out for a while. He was fucked up.
You get poked up like that, you might be out for a little bit.
Up. He was fucked up, especially with no medicine. You get what I'm saying? That's why he was on the verge of dying because his shit was infected. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or even down to when from when they left the brothers to go find Joel's brother. There's a time skip because they got to travel. They don't in the game. You don't really do all that traveling. They had a little montage of them traveling and shit like that. Yeah, but you put that yourself together when you in the game. You get what I'm saying? So there's definitely
that was ultimately my biggest question from watching this in the game. I wonder because like Drugs was saying, I don't know if you said that on the pod or off pod. They're traveling. It's like we go from one episode to the next episode, and they're like in a whole other area. And I understand why they do that, obviously, because it's episodic with a show.
No, it's like that's how it is in the game. That's how it is in the game.
I was thinking maybe the game was kind of like you ever played Elder Scrolls or some shit like that? Oblivion, where you actually gotta walk through the fucking forest, like you gotta literally travel to the next town. That was my biggest question. Do you have to do shit like that, or is it like cutscenes to get to the next?
Cutscenes.
That's okay. They're doing a really good job then with them fucking show. Wow. This show gotta go down as like GOAT shows, if we being honest.
Video game adaptations, yes.
Yeah. Cause that's a huge point in it. Cause without the video game adaptation, it's just a show. And maybe the show without the video game may not be as good. But being that it's a video game and they're writing this based off of that, it goes.
Yeah, it's really good. So,
but is it really hard to do that though?
What you mean?
Is it really hard to follow to make?
It's hard to Hollywood because we've had a lot of video game adaptations that has nothing to do with the game, i.e., Resident Evil,
i.e., big business. When big business comes into play. You don't really give a fuck about what
they rather capitalize off the name. They rather capitalize off the name than the actual story of the fucking shit. So when it comes to Hollywood, it kind of is it is kind of hard for them to do.
And if Hollywood doesn't give a fuck about what the actual story is, because maybe
it's hard for them to do, or they just don't give a fuck about doing it.
They don't give a fuck about doing it. They don't care as long as they can make some money off of it. They don't give a fuck. People act like they do. These directors and shit be trying to act like they do. They don't give a fuck, my nigga. They don't give a flying fuck. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. And it's sad. It's sad that Hollywood is like that, but that's how Hollywood is, my nigga. Them niggas don't care. And that's why, you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit is failing. Like unless like good movies now, your movie has to legit be good for it to make some money. You can't put out no bullshit because that shit not gonna sell. People are like waking up to the shit, bro.
Not against that though.
Like Neil Druckmann better is blessed that he's HBO is blessed to have Neil Druckmann on there and making sure shit is on point because that shit could be a disaster. It come out that they was gonna cast Marshall Ali as Joel.
I did see that. I forget
If they
who
would have
posted
casted
that.
him as Joel, I wouldn't be watching that show.
I forget who posted the clip. I actually responded to it on Instagram. I think it might have been like IGN or some shit where they mentioned that, and I put a comment. I said, "Y'all only posted this because y'all wanted to start trouble. What? Fuck if it really happened. I don't care. Obviously, if you had a black nigga playing Joel, like no, that's not just what the video game was. They only posted that because they wanted to start trouble, bro. Like,
yeah, you can't spell ignorant without IGN. I don't. You fuck with IGN, so I ain't want to tell you that, but you can't spell ignorant without IGN. IGN is one of the worst people in fucking
I
game
don't
history.
fuck with them. I just follow them. I don't want to say I fuck with them.
I
They
hate
was
IGN.
just been around for a long time, bro.
They have been.
When they were just games. They were just games when I was fucking with them.
They've been real leftists the past few years, and
they
it
just
shows.
like a Democratic company that just. I understand I understand their business model. I don't fault them, but I fuck with them when I was following them for like. Before they were on Instagram, and it was just like I would go to the website for like gameplay walkthroughs and shit.
Yeah,
like,
facts, definitely.
That's the only reason I would go to IGN.
Yeah, real shit.
To figure out how to fucking beat games and shit.
Real shit. IGN and have Game Informer magazine shipped to you every month. That's it.
Yeah, they different now. They a fucking media blog. They a blog.
Yeah.
The wrong type of blog though. Like
horrible.
But
horrible.
Yeah, niggas bullshit. But shout out to The Last of Us. Shout out to Joel.
And like I said, like I tell the Crack Rock La Familia, I tell you niggas, Joel is not a hero. He's a badass. He's not a hero.
I'm saying
that to you for a reason.
This is probably the best part to mention this right here. So, as we mentioned, next week is the 52nd episode. This is episode 51. Next week is episode 52. The 1 year mark. We will be launching our fucking flagship website next week, fellas. But in terms of you mentioning that, we got a lot of supporters that follow us that was in question. Like, you know what I mean? You've been mentioning that on a couple episodes. We got a lot of people that watch the show, that watch Last of Us, that fuck with the pod. And they were like, yo, what's Mars talking about? That Joel isn't a hero. Everything we've seen up to this point seems like that, but and mind you, I don't know. I don't want you to spoil it, but it's just cool that anticipation you keep building up every episode. Like, yo, this nigga ain't a hero, no nigga. Like, that nigga's not that. So I'm curious to see what happens.
If your brain is,
if you just understand what the fuck is going on and the severity of
you have any
shit,
type of common
you gotta
sense,
understand.
Or you could put together that the nigga's not a hero at this point.
Nigga done smoke mad people, and then
and
then we gotta understand. I don't know for a fact. I'm just gonna assume. You know what? I'm not gonna do it this episode. I'll do it next episode.
Killed niggas. He killed people that have been trying to harm him and his situation. And
you could be a hero and do that still, though. You could kill niggas and still be a hero.
Of course you can.
He tries to kill everything literally that he encounters. But if you think about it, I'm talking about based on the show.
From episode 1, bro, his brother Tommy, before they got separated, was on some like, yo, you need to chill out, bro. You be wilding sometimes.
But my thing is this though, and this is why I kind of like I get why Joe does what he does, and I understand that he's not a hero, but he needed to do what he needed to do to survive, because if it's not, what else is his brother gonna say if one day a nigga ran down on him and they didn't kill him and he killed them?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah.
So, like, you can't sit there and say the nigga's wilding when, nigga, the shit I did was to protect us, motherfucker. So you can't sit there and say I'm wilding when nigga is kill or be killed.
In what instance are you wilding in that time though? You can't, like, nobody's wilding.
Post-apocalyptic
Like
post-apocalyptic.
nobody's
You in there
wilding unless you
killing
eating
Nobody's
people.
this is the way of life at this point.
Unless you
Word.
eating people, and then again, it's like some niggas don't even have a choice. So it's like, you can't even say they wilding because they.
Right.
That was a huge part of the last episode that conveniently I guess I forgot to bring up, and you didn't mention it. Them niggas that Joel and Ellie, the people that captured Ellie and all of that when she was in the snow, all that, them niggas was cannibals. They were eating people, but they were unaware of it because the pastor, the head guy, which I say he was a cult leader, but he was called Father, which is church. You see how it relates. He was a church nigga calling himself Father, and they respected him and abided by everything he did. He was feeding them niggas human meat.
He
Facts.
said he didn't choose that position though. He was the church guy.
You choose that position, bro. I hate when niggas say that type of shit. Like I didn't
lying.
choose
He
this
chose that
position.
Nah,
He posted that position. He lied,
nah.
bro.
I think what he was trying to say is niggas was already following him. So once it was post apocalyptic, like once that happened, a lot of niggas didn't have guidance. So it's like, well, yeah, like this nigga's the church guy. So all right, we
With
gonna
the
roll with the
context of
church
church,
guy.
I don't fuck with that because church is whatever you think about church, it's church. But you gotta
He was
think when it comes
lying.
to church, people follow you for a lot of shit that they don't
Oh,
even
they all
understand.
lie, Moss. They all lie.
No, I'm
That's
saying
the
he was
idea
lying
behind
to.
all that shit.
He even lied to them and
Bro,
said
that's the
that
hot.
Joe.
That's how they get they shit off though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Oh no,
You
facts.
know what? You're right. Actually, I'm agreeing with you more than I'm disagreeing. So you're
Yeah, I
right.
agree with you too. But
Yeah, I don't disagree with y'all for sure. I definitely.
he even lied to them niggas about saying that Shorty father died when they killed his father. When he killed her father.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all not peep that? They killed the bitch father
Word.
and ate him and fed him. That was she was complaining about. He was saying that they killed him and they was
At the
eating that nigga.
beginning. Right,
Yeah,
right.
because
Because I was
nigga, they
wondering
was
who they was talking about.
right. And I'm like, who did they kill? They how they killed?
How
I'm
they
thinking this
blaming
niggas
that
was
on
like,
Ellie?
yeah,
You don't
how?
even know them.
Yeah,
They can
you know
blame
what
the
I'm
whole
saying?
body on Ellie.
Yeah, so
Oh, they killed. Oh,
and I knew it was human meat when Son came out the room with the white bucket of meat, mad like suspicious. I'm like that's not animal meat. That's human meat right there.
it looked weird too.
Yeah, they chopped that shit up and made some soup and had them niggas eating that shit. That's why they all look sickly.
Niggas had Chad stew.
Uh huh.
Nah, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That
And,
whole
and
scene was
if you was
disgusting, though.
and what made it even more crazy is the fact they bought in a deer. So you like, oh, that's definitely human meat because they just got the deer.
That
Oh
was when
yeah,
I realized it was something fishy going on. When they
yeah.
killed the deer that Ellie shot, and then I don't know who it was, but somebody was questioning Son, like, yo, is this what kind of meat is that? He was like, it's veal or some shit, or venison or something like that.
Yeah.
And that questioning was like, all right, that
That's
means that
better than.
clearly they don't understand what kind of meat they be having all the time. You know what I mean? And you put two and two together. All right, they in a post-apocalyptic world. A lot of murder going on. Why wouldn't they be eating human meat if it's available?
Right.
How do you feel though? This is the last question before we get off of the topic of Last of Us. How would you feel in the position of same situation, and this is the only meal and the only meat that you have readily available is human meat? Would you feel negatively against this pastor nigger because he's feeding it to you, or would you appreciate your eating and you have meals
No,
to be
I'll
fed?
go vegan. I'll go vegan.
Yeah.
I would just be eating like shit outside.
If you don't know though, if you don't know at this point,
Oh, I mean, if you don't know and you still alive, it's nothing you could really do at that point, though, right? What you gonna do? Kill him? You already ate the shit. You gonna try
yeah,
to
he's
Yeah,
throw
I
it
would
up?
kill if
feeding you.
I found out it was human meat and he was lying to us, killing people and feeding us them. I would kill him.
What
It's
would
not
you
like we.
do? What would you do? How would you kill him?
What you mean? How I would kill him? I would deliberately, while he's eating food, I would literally go up to the table and stab
Oh, you
him
can't
in the
risk your
most.
shit. Risk your whole shit.
Yeah,
Oh, you mean in front of everybody else,
in
his
front of
security?
Oh,
everybody,
basically,
because
he's saying go out
it's,
like a
it's changing the
terrorist.
guard. 'Cause let me
Nigga's
tell you
Martin
something.
Luther King.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Right? Let me
Mars,
tell you niggas something. When
Marzer
you kill
Luther
a nigga,
King.
when you kill a nigga in front of everybody, that changes everybody's perception of you because they low key not comfortable under that nigga's wing. They wasn't always. They was following him because they were scared of him.
True.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
But if you
If
go
I
up there,
seen you jump on son neck, regardless if I fuck with something like that, if I seen you out of nowhere, jumped on son neck like a clicker and killed the nigga, I would have shot your ass so fast, boy.
you got to get to
Bro,
that
what?
gun.
That scene would have ended quick, boy.
The guns wasn't
I'd
in
have
the
been like,
shed.
yo, everybody relax. Get
The
back to you.
guns was at the dinner
Mars is
table.
wildin'. Relax, y'all. We got this.
Bro, if I told niggas, yo, this nigga been lying to us about these people killing us, and he's been killing them and feeding them to us, you're not gonna have that same moral compass. You're gonna be like,
I
no,
mean, with the understanding, yeah. But
yeah, definitely.
without
Nah.
understanding, you doing some shit. I'm smoking.
Nah. As soon as I kill him, I'm gonna say that. You know, this motherfucker was lying to us, saying these two people was killing our people, and it was actually him feeding us this motherfucker.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, his mans had guns.
But they didn't. The guns wasn't in the shed, and him and Son was the only niggas who knew.
The son that was cooking, bro, he had a gun on him. Remember? The nigga that was
and the cook.
bringing the deer and shit.
Yeah.
He was always
He was
around.
armed. He was definitely armed.
And
He
it
was
was another guy. It was another guy that was around. I gotta watch it again. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know
Somebody else had a
niggas'
gun.
names. But it was he had his henchmen, basically.
And remember when he slapped the little girl?
Nigga slapped her up a couple of times. He slapped a couple
Yeah,
people
he
up.
slapped her up all the time because he killed her fucking father. He had power over her ass. You eating your father, bitch. Finish your daddy.
He
I'm
told
your
her, he
daddy
said,
now.
yo, you missing your father, but I'm your father now.
I'm your daddy. And that.
Amazing.
He said, I'm the pappy.
But Pete, this though,
I'm
he
the
was
pappy.
also a pedophile.
Most of them niggas be pedophiles.
But that line when he flirted with Ellie, when he tried to make Ellie his girlfriend, his future wife,
I forgot about that.
right?
Ooh.
When you go back to the scene with him talking to the girl, and he calls her his daddy, he was being sexual with the little fucking brat.
Nasty niggas, man.
Nasty nigga. That's why he got the meat cleaver to the motherfucking face like that. That's why he got a gyro. This drug.
Ellie bodied that nigga. Shout out to Ellie for smoking that bitch ass nigga.
Let me tell y'all niggas something in the game. You can't even
killed him like that.
And in the game, right? You gotta hide from him the same way in the dining room, right? But here's the hit. Peep this wild
when
shit.
he's searching for her.
Right.
That scene was epic because I felt the intensity of it. I thought he was searching for me.
Think about doing that shit in the game where there's a whole bunch of
and you hiding. You the person
Listen,
hiding.
no. Peep this. There's a whole bunch of broken glass on the floor. So if you step on the glass, nigga, he'll hear you.
But you're still trying to hide too.
Yeah, you're still trying to hide, but there's broken glass everywhere. And he's on you. Ellie, come here.
Get over here, Ellie.
Get over here, Ellie. Yeah, and you gotta go around and poke him up. You gotta go around and poke him up real quick to go missing. But you can't. Don't get caught because that nigga gonna body your ass.
Damn.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he gonna body you.
You gotta poke him up and then dip.
You gotta stab him real quick. Boom,
And
then
then
get out of there.
Still standing?
Yeah, it's a game.
Wait, you gotta keep. Oh yeah, right.
You only got to do it like 4 times though. It's not too crazy.
I'm about to say, son ain't no fucking.
It's a game.
Loch Ness monster.
He's a boss. He's a boss. He's a boss battle. So you gotta
battle. You gotta hit them niggas up a couple times.
Yeah.
You can hit a nigga with a whole sword to the neck, and you still got to take off a whole like.
Sword to the neck in The Last of Us.
That's crazy.
Nah, that's it.
A sword to the neck, bro. I'm not playing that game if I gotta slice you 4 times with a sword to your neck. I don't care if it's a video game.
It's a slash word to stab.
That's slashes is different than just being impaled.
Yeah, it's a slash. It's to his back. Oh, you bitch! Oh, you gotta get missing. But don't get like I said. Watch your step. You gotta actually look at the floor. Oh shit, it's broken glass. You step on that glass. He's all you. Come here. Yeah. So she stabs that nigga up. But the next episode's the last. The next episode's the last episode, and give us
a breakthrough of the last episode because you played the game, you've seen the layout. Without spoilers, we don't want spoilers. Just give us what should we expect with the last episode? You done told us Joel isn't a motherfucking hero. What else should we expect with the last episode?
You should expect, as Biggie would say, shootouts for 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Expect that. Expect that. Expect to see people that you didn't think you would see again. Oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh shit. Word? How you doing, bitch? What's going on with you?
Oh.
How you doing?
Oh. Okay.
You know what I
Okay.
mean? You know what I mean? Expect that. Expect
I hope.
to
And
expect to see.
Understand. Well, not to cut you off. Understand. You haven't seen it, so you don't even know. Honestly, you're
Oh,
just
I
going
know.
over the game.
But they're following the game, so I have no choice but to assume that they're gonna follow the game. They're gonna follow the game.
But you haven't physically seen it, so there's still a chance that it may not be right. Is what I'm getting at. So
I ain't gonna listen. The track record shows the important beats of the game they put on screen, and everything. What I just said is important. I'm talking about important factors, not the little shit.
yeah.
Important factors.
For us to get to the next season.
Well, yes, will be. So that, like I said, you're gonna see somebody that you're like, oh shit, how you doing, bitch? Exactly what you're going. Oh shit, how you doing,
Tess?
bitch?
Is Tess coming back?
No, Tess is dead.
Tess
is going with the win.
Never mind. That's the only person I thought was.
You was close. You was close. Keep thinking.
I don't want to guess no more. But all right, cool.
All right.
Damn.
What else to expect?
Listen, we got it because we wildin'.
Expect to see an animal.
Horse?
An animal. I'm not going to tell you what animal it is.
Right.
It's an animal.
He going to talk?
No, it's an animal.
Live action or animation?
I don't know. I don't know how they gonna do it, but it's a very significant scene. It's a small scene, but it's very significant.
This is why I'm getting that. I'm hoping. Did you see it? Did you see it already? Did you see content from it already?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for it.
Oh, okay.
And it was everything that they showed was like, oh shit, this is the game. But it's a small little like, what do you call it? The animal is sort of like a
tidbit.
But it's also important for Ellie. Like when she's seen the arcade. Like when she got into a car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's more of those.
Not too much, because that wasn't a spoiler, but I just connected something to something else. Maybe just my brain worked that way. But
you're not gonna expect the animal. You're not gonna expect. That's what I'm saying. You're not gonna.
I'm gonna guess the next I'm gonna guess it next week, and if I get it,
long as this shit don't turn into a cartoon.
Long as it don't turn into fucking Snowfall, bro.
Oh, the next season?
Wait. We didn't even get into next season.
It's animal.
Yeah, we out. All right, yo, Mars. We need to get out of here. There's some people on this train. They acting a little kind of crazy right now. But get these niggas out of here, bro.
All right, you bitch ass niggas, get the fuck up out of here before I smack you bum ass niggas. You know what I mean? Y'all niggas been in here listening to us for mad long. You know what I'm saying? The baby's crying. 10 of your kids, nigga. You know what I mean? Get your Sunday. Start prepping your Sunday dinner because the you know what I'm saying, the season finale of Last of Us is, you know, when we record this, I mean, it's a Saturday, so tomorrow it drops.
But this next episode is gonna be live, so the niggas that's listening to it next week might be able to, you know.
Yeah, right. Next episode, we live and direct.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? The 1 year anniversary. You know what I'm saying? Cracking the 80s podcast is 1 year, so it's cracking. It's cracking the
year, nigga.
It's cracking the 8 in 81. All right,
Yeah. And the nigga bit off Nas shit.
You know what I mean? Word. Son, nigga took your whole shit. You know what I'm saying? You didn't even get to prosper with your shit. You know what I mean? And he run with your shit, making. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, cracking 81 next week. You know what I'm saying? It's the start of it. This is the next episode. We going. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see how the government bought the crack, the cocaine, and all that shit off the boat to the States. You know what I mean?
We gonna show y'all when them niggas was in Costa Rica and all that.
This first year was basically like the blueprint. You know what I mean? How the government had their meetings about what drugs they gonna bring to the communities and all that to fuck it up. The next you know what I'm saying? 81 is when they actually brought this shit. You know what I'm saying? 82 is when the shit hit the streets.
51, 52.
Nah, I'm saying like the years.
Oh yeah. You're right.
You get what I'm saying? 1980 was the year that the feds had the meetings. You know what I'm saying? 81
They
is when they
they
brought it off the
just put the
boat.
policy in play.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 81 is when they brought it to the States, you know what I mean? And it hit the block, you know what I'm saying? So it's go,
Word,
yeah, we're
son.
gonna hit the block next year, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? This year. We hitting the block. We outside with it. You know what I mean? We really on the corner with it and all that. You know what I mean?
All
So
you niggas ain't even paying attention, nigga. We been here and we here. Fuck crack in the 80s, man.
word.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.